mistakes at critical points in the game, whether they're penalties or the critical situation MAs where we're giving up. I think that there's a 4th down and the last touchdown. So bottom line is that is not good enough. We are a much better team than letting a 17-0 lead eviscerate. So we will be extremely focused on getting that stuff corrected immediately because we have no time to waste.
All right, Dad. When I was young, my daddy turned on the TV.
That's what my daddy did to me.
And there it began when he said, "Girl, listen to me."
Oh, this is sounding way too familiar.
Then there's the fence, the team in orange and blue. They never win.
That's still true.
But love them just like I love you.
Oh, man, sounds like it's happening all over again.
But
Daddy made me love the Dolphins. I'm sorry that he done such a thing, but it's my lot to love the Dolphins. Just don't expect no ring. Everybody now. Daddy made me love the Dolphins so many times.
I've asked myself why. It's my life to love the Dolphins, although they make me cry. Hot damn right. How about that? Oh my gosh. Folks, good morning. Oh Lord. A lot of fans from around the country made their way to Charlotte for a weather-wise, absolutely beautiful weather. Beautiful. Came in early. A lot of them stopped by. A lot of people around the hotel, and a lot of them had their kids with them, man, and still into it. And off our theme song there, which we play more and more every year, especially when we play like we played yesterday, like shit. So what happened is it's really interesting because this theme is, boy, I just love the Dolphins and my dad, and now my son's a fan, and I know it's coming. He goes, but my kids have just they've just never seen us win anything that really counts. And I go, yeah, I know. Well, and you're sitting there trying to be, I hang in there. Someday it's going to get fixed and all these things. And it's been a rough 20-something years, man. It has. Overall, there's been our moments and you're going, well, but it's never been a situation where we can keep it going, even when we had that one wonderful year and looks like we've turned it around and we feel good, whatever the theme of the team is. Listening to Mike now after 5 games, going 1-4. Look, you lost to one of the worst teams in football yesterday. They were down 17-0 at home. They're bad. They're up there, not sure if that guy playing quarterback is their future, even though he's a first overall pick. And so they tried to come out and throw the ball a little bit, and they had no success. So they go, wow, wait a second. Let's do what the last 4 teams have all done to the Miami Dolphins. Let's run the ball. Meanwhile, while Mike's getting on the defense for not being able to stop the run, I'd be careful, Mike, calling plays over there, brother, on the other side, because we can't run the ball. And we're chasing our run defense right there, man, right there at the bottom. That combination of the worst run defense and the 30th run offense, that tells you all you need to know. And then we can get back, and I see, horrible adjustments. Darren Waller, great first half, unbelievable. First time in years we've seen a tight end run down the middle of the field, not once but twice, and get open and wide open. Easy throws for Tua. And he has just been a great story on a bad team. Darren Waller has been great. 5 catches, 78 yards in the first half, his 3rd touchdown in 2 games that he's played, and can't get him the ball in the second half. So somebody makes an adjustment on us, but we can't make an adjustment after they make an adjustment. That's equivalent to us listening to this too deep stuff that is BS. It's total BS. Other coaches call you out when you talk about, well, it's too deep and there's nothing we can do because those safeties are so deep. People are laughing. So you think others through the years, the last 100 years, they run too deep, haven't been able to make adjustments around it and still have big plays. So anyway, so now we're on that. Hey, man, they make an adjustment. You got to make another adjustment. So on top of all that, though, they start running the ball, and in the last 3 quarters, they run it down 17-0. They go, okay, we're going to do what all the other teams have done, mostly between the tackles, 30 times, 234 yards. How about that? They not even a great running team. They got they're down to their 3rd right guard, and they ran the ball. They look like whoever you consider to be the best run blocking team in the NFL. They look like them in the last 3 quarters. Every time something looked bad, they handed the ball off, and they were running for 25, 53, 43, 11, 14. I've never seen so many big runs. One run going for first downs plus, bouncing off guys, holes on the D-line. It was bad. It was just bad. Anyway, we're going to have a lot of time to get into that. And I know my phone blew up last night. What's going to go on? What are we doing? How long is Mr. Ross just going to jump in his private plane and fly home disgusted? Like, what do you do? And it's the big guy's. It's his decision. He knows what's going on. He knows all the things. We got a bunch of young guys continuing to struggle. I know what I said. You got to hang in there with Kenneth Grant and Savaianaya, your top 2 picks, who are rank about as low as you possibly can in the rankings of guys that play their positions. It's been bad. You're 1-4, and now it's officially an ugly 1-4. It's no longer 2-3 coming back to play the Chargers, who have struggled a little bit here recently. No. And then you got to be careful with comments you make, because people think now you're throwing certain people under the bus. And those people are going to probably go, wait a second. Hey, Mr. Play Caller on your offense, what about it? So it and that little drought they went on after going up 17-0. So anyway, it was bad. Hey, I do have some good news though. Saturday night, Woody, 28-3. I'm at a dinner Saturday night. Great people, a lot of them Canes fans. Everybody's got their phones out during this wonderful dinner. 28-3 after 3 quarters, and I mean, you're watching it, and they are wearing them out. They are wearing them out. 4th quarter, a little bit of a comeback. Canes get the big win. And overall really dominated the game. Yeah, a little sloppy on penalties. And couldn't get stops there at the end when they were, got it back to within 1 score, with a chance on those onside kicks. But a lot of great plays, a lot of things going on that team that are really, really impressive. And more impressively, they've got some guys that are impact players across the board. The defense, still a big believer in everything they're doing. 3 takeaways and just countless pressures on that quarterback. He, every time went to drop back, there was somebody coming, and he knew he was going to have to get out of that pocket every time. He just, soon as that ball was snapped, he's going, where am I going? Because here comes Ruben Bain. Now, it may not show in the stats when you look at it like, oh, Ruben Bain, what do you have, 4 sacks? They couldn't block him. He had that tackle spinning right, left, and he was like, he's probably wondering if he's going to get benched today from he got Ruben Bained. So anyway, a lot of good stuff to talk about. Coach going to join us coming up here. We'll talk to Mario Cristobal about a lot of stuff. And how about the Malachi Tony story, CJ Daniels? I mean, we got some guys that have stepped up, man. Stepped up. You're kind of wondering when this started. And I'm like, I don't know. Anytime, nobody was saying when we came to camp, hey, Malachi Tony's going to be our number one guy. Get Out American Heritage just months ago is going to be our number one guy. And he was sensational. Instincts, toughness. CJ Daniels, who we get from LSU, didn't really know, although they were pretty crazy about him. Some of the guys said, you're going to love CJ Daniels. And he is, he's making money. Every time he plays, he's making more and more money for the next level. Some of the plays, they're getting a little bit of everything, man. It's good stuff. We got a lot of good stuff, as well as a lot more Dolphin stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on. 17-0, man. 17-0, just sliding into the second quarter. And you couldn't have crapped the bed worse than you did in the rest of that game. Just total loser-looking football. And something goes against you, and you fold like a cheap tent. You really do. Just incredible. All right, we've got to go to break. We don't want to waste any good time we got with Mario Cristobal, so we'll have that coming up. But before we do, I want to take a second to tell you about your South Florida Chevy dealers. You know what? No matter what the mood's like on a Monday morning for you, one thing that never will mess it up is South Florida Chevy dealers and the trucks. Oh, my gosh. Strong, durable trucks. We've got one absolutely perfect for you. Hey, dependable trucks that you can give you all the power and everything you need, whether you work 5, 6, 7 days or just like it, that's all you drive is a truck for whatever reason. Hey, starting with a durable Colorado with a standard turbo max engine, impressive torque, give you everything you need here in South Florida. How about a Silverado 1500? Always ready, steady, and strong. Everything. Advanced technology for the workday workhorse and the weekend warrior to a Silverado HD. Legendary horsepower, one of the hardest working beds in the business. Hey, whether it's a midsize, full-size, or heavy-duty truck, your South Florida Chevy dealers never going to let you down when it comes to their truck. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. And I got to tell you, man, Saturday night, no matter where you were, it was fun to watch if you were, happened to go to the game. Canes now number 2 in the AP poll, only behind Ohio State. 5-0 on the season, 28-3 after 3 quarters. I mean, it was just a butt kicking, and then the fourth quarter and things. But the state champs, USF, Florida State, once again, Miami owns it down here in South Florida. And we're joined this morning by the head coach, Mario Cristobal. Coach, good morning.
Joe, good morning. How are you, man?
Man, I'm hanging in there, Coach. I got to tell you, I'm hanging in there, and you're a big part of me hanging in there. It's fun to watch when you're wondering how all your big guys who have started to really take off, whether it's a true freshman, whether it's a transfer portal guy or a guy that's been here for a couple years, and you've got a core of guys on both sides of the football that are really starting to dominate games here early on. Guys, some of them we weren't sure about in spring football. Hell, some of them weren't even here for spring football that are playing at a really high level. That's got to be, just before you get into everything, that's got to feel pretty good when I look at all the names of all the guys that really are starting to play well.
We're getting better, long ways to go still, and need more consistency and attention to detail and, parts of our preparation so that we can, put it all together. But certainly, again, a lot of progress, and a lot of guys are stepping up, and we developed more depth on our roster, and we're going to have to. I mean, we're only 5 games in, and like everybody else, getting nicked up here and there. But, we have our toughest games coming up, so back to preparation.
Yeah. Well, listen, before we get to the future, man, if you don't mind, as fans, we like to kind of talk about some of the good stuff that just happened here and the big plays in the offense, you go into a game. Coach, did you feel pretty good that all the big plays you got, especially from your 2 wide receivers and your quarterback? I mean, he was super sharp on some of these deep throws. Did you feel there were some big explosive plays in the passing game there for this game?
Well, yeah, we felt that we had been running the ball to a point where people were really packing the box, and there was going to be some opportunities there. But again, the timing and the precision of that is always a question, right? You get your 6, 5, 6, 8, even sometimes 10 shots a game, and you like to hit on half of them, and that's a good day. But we hit on most of them, and Carson, the receivers, the protection, the execution, from the flea flicker to the screen to the 4th down play. There was a lot of really high-level execution and attention to detail that worked out. And we also shot ourselves on the foot with an illegal shift that really just pisses you off, man, because that was an unbelievable play. And again, it's kind of neat because the quarterback has protection. He goes through his entire progression and just spits it out to the flat where you've got space, right? And the Malachi Toney certainly put on a tremendous show out there.
Even though it didn't count, I got to tell you, he is not acting like an 18-year-old. I think he just turned either 17 or 18, whatever it is, yards after catch, and the way he plays the game. I don't think you're really surprised. I have noticed one thing about you, Coach, in the last couple years. When a new guy comes in and he's kind of tearing it up at practice, you always tell me, calm down a little bit, okay? It's early in camp here. Let's not get carried away. But Malachi's kind of been that guy, Coach, from day one, where his feeling for the game, his toughness, his instincts, and obviously his athletic ability.
Yeah, you know what people don't get to see and probably don't even want to hear or talk about is the fact that he's one of the most physical players on our team. And then that includes all trench players and whatnot. He just throws it up in there, and you watch him from snap 1 to the end of the game. He's always just throwing himself around recklessly and trying to do whatever he can for the team. So, and then you know what? You talk to him, he wants to get better. There's still lots of areas of his game that he needs to improve upon, and he's excited to get at it.
Yeah. And then the other guy, CJ Daniels from game 1, has just you talked about his leadership and stuff and just the way he's playing. A couple more touchdowns. Yards after catch for him also really impressive as a 1-2 punch with those two.
No doubt. It starts with his leadership. It starts with his attention to detail in preparation, and he was healthy. He really got himself back into a position where his body was feeling good. And that post ball that he caught early certainly helped set the tone for the rest of the game. And he's another guy that just week in and week out is he's awesome. He's great to be around, and looking forward to him continuing to elevate his game.
All right, and then on the other side of the ball, Ruben Bain. My God. I know when you just look at the stat sheet, some people got up in the morning and was like, man, he was everywhere. And you're going, wow, he did nothing. That quarterback was dropping back there, Castellanos, and he's like, well, we can't block him. He was looking where to run. How impressive was his game without all the big stats on what he was able to do?
Well, I think it's really impressive considering that he's always attracting the attention of another lineman, of an extra back, and a tight end chipping through. And, the speed and power that he played with, the way he affected the quarterback and their game plan was awesome. And I have to also throw in there Akeem Mesidor, because, I mean, it's really, if you have time, you're on vacation the rest of the day probably. If you have time, it might be worth you throwing, some of that tape in there and watching Akeem as well. Joe,
yeah.
He really, I mean, he played with a violence and a level of just effort and toughness that was awesome. And he's pissed. He wants to get better, and it's kind of neat. Those two guys challenge each other, and they challenge the inside guys. And all in all, just and I really want to mention too the play of the safeties now, because besides the interceptions, those guys were really impactful in getting us in the right play calls and the right adjustments, and certainly really impacting the running game as well.
Well, I'm glad because they were on my list there. I want to start with Jacoby Thomas, sack and a pick. That guy has just been incredible, and all the schemes you're running back there. And then the other guy is this Bryce Fitzgerald, who, because he went to Columbus High School, private school, couldn't go to spring football. Couldn't be there for you. He was the only one, I think, of the whole freshman class, or one of the few, right?
Yes, sir. He was the only one. That's right.
Well, somebody forgot to tell him that, because he shows up day one. I'm out there with you and standing next to you, and he makes a play from center field in practice. I don't know what group he was running against. Some crazy interception just on natural instincts, and you said, hey, there's something about this guy. Boy, you were right. He got his third pick already this season.
Yeah, he's certainly caught. He's a quick study. I mean, he's caught on very quickly. The guys really appreciate him. He's got a great attitude, comes to work every day with nothing but intentions to get better. And guys, both, Poyser and Thomas, man, those guys, besides the interception, just the levels of physicality that they play with, the way they ran the alley and some of those perimeter plays, the sweeps, the reverses, when the quarterback breaks out, those guys came up and they made their presence felt. And, forced a fumble. Keontae Scott, another one, a sack, forced fumble.
Wow.
I mean, there was a lot of, those guys really change things, man, because when teams try to eliminate your line of scrimmage by spitting the ball in the perimeter, you got to have dudes out there that play like those trench monsters. And our guys are just getting better and better at block destruction. And I can tell you this, in the locker room, they weren't thrilled. They were like, we got some stuff to clean up. We got to get better. And it's the right thing. But the last thing you want to do at this time of year is, start feeling a little bit arrogant, like you have all the stuff figured out. Brother, we got to get back to work. We got to get a hell of a lot better.
Well, I got to tell you, and I want to ask you about that. And, you're up 28-3, and I mean, just dominating the friggin' game. And you guys are playing. Did you change any strategy on that 19-0 fourth quarter FSU? Did you feel you loosened up? Did you feel you're a little too conservative on play calling? What was the game plan, or did anything change for you that you saw in the fourth quarter?
No, it doesn't change. I think sometimes the simplicity of rivalry games run their course, and you're never completely secure in it, and you're never completely out of it. They just go back and forth because, play calling wise, we called the stuff that we felt great about, that we had been calling throughout the game, and other stuff we had planned that we felt could really hurt them. And penalties, self-inflicted wounds did hurt us. Lack of execution hurt us, and we got away from playing complementary football. And you know what? They did a hell of a job sustaining drives. I think 3 or 4 fourth down conversions.
Yeah, man.
But made it to a point where they really had to do a lot to get back. To give themselves an opportunity, and found a way to get it done.
You made it a point after that game that you want everybody in the country to know how important it is for the University of Miami to be state champs. There were signs, and you beat everybody. Can you just talk about that a little bit, Coach, and how important it is to see Miami back doing that?
Yeah, that has to be felt strongly. It has to be, I don't believe in proclaiming anything, but it has to be a strong statement for our program, for our university to, we've been working at this for, this is now you going into year 4. And that was a big part of the vision and the philosophy, is making sure that you make your case known in state and restore order, that Miami is going to be that program. And so to actually go out and do it for a second year in a row, it's one of our goals, one of our prominent goals. It lasts for an entire year. Certainly we don't get to play Florida again, but hopefully we could work that out some way, shape, or form. But it has to be very well known that we are going to recruit and we're going to develop and we're going to play at a level where it's not going to be matched in the state.
You've always talked about the importance of line of scrimmage, and everybody raves about this offensive line. And by the way, even if the run blocking, they take it away, your pass protection. Where did that rank for pass protection? I know everybody looked at the highlights and going, wow, Carson Beck, he had some time to throw when he needs to. Those plays down the field, they take time sometimes.
Those guys they're extremely physical and hard workers, and they're going to come in today and they're going to say, hey, man, we could have played better. We could have done more. And there's a lot of good stuff that we did, especially in pass pro. I mean, we kept them clean for the most part. Third down got loose on a couple of Texas that they hit us with. But and in the run game, there were moments where we're really, up to the standard. Other ones where, that's not us. We gotta do better. So we're always going to create an incredibly high standard there. One where honestly is unreachable, but one that pushes us to the max and beyond. And so, I don't.
Yeah,
I think how it goes when it comes to the big guys at the O line. We don't throw around much praise. We keep them hungry. We keep them in a place where they want to come out and just knock it around.
Hey, so as you look at it now, you've had a day or so to check it out. What were you disappointed with the most as you look at what overall was just a dominating game considering everything?
Well, I mean, I think you always want to, when you're up 28-3 and you get the ball, I mean, you've got a chance to really, really slam the door, and we take it really personally when we don't. So that's an aspect, of course, that you want to, that's obvious as, as can be, you want to finish drives and extend your lead significantly so you can play to your strength. We can get after the passer, we can knock the run back, but we certainly want to improve that part of it. And it lies in the simplicity of playing together and finish things the way you started them. So that's certainly a point of emphasis in this morning's meeting. And then, and in a manner where, our guys they take stuff seriously now. There's talking to all our players yesterday. That's all they want to focus on. And the ability to learn while you still won is awesome. To learn your lessons without feeling consequences of a loss is awesome. And that's going to be our entire approach, man. There's zero thought of complacency in the building, and that's where we're going to keep it.
I thought Carson Beck, Coach, you can help me out if you saw it differently, had his best game. Some of those deep throws, even in one tight window, just drops it in there in the corner to Tony. What'd you think of his play overall and how he's developed through these first 5 games?
Yeah, he's exactly what we thought, and the best part about the fact that he played really, really well is that he really, really wants to get better, and we're going to go right at the things that we can improve upon. There really is absolutely zero value in sitting back and talking about how many great things we're doing, because what we want to accomplish requires a hell of a lot more, Joe. What we want to get done and to reach our goals, it requires us to keep getting a hell of a lot better, and that's the only thing that we need to focus on, man. Nothing else is worth a damn right now.
Right. By the way, you hear all these teams that lose, like somebody always comes out and says, yeah, we've been listening to everything and we weren't, up with like the way we should have to start. And I'm like, and that's kind of been your message to make sure your team never falls into that trap, and have done a really, really good job with that so far. Hey, one last question on the game. Castellanos and all this talk about him and how to rush him and he's going to, if he gets a chance, how did you think your game plan overall was against him? Because he turned the ball over. You did put pressure on him and forced him to make throws that we saw him make against Virginia too, and your guys were there to to make big plays.
No, I think Coach Heatherman, the staff put together a hell of a game plan. The guys executed really, really well. He got loose in the fourth quarter a couple times. Play count was up there in the mid 80s, and that's where we lost our style of complementary football a little bit and put too much pressure on the defense. But all in all, I thought we cage rushed him pretty well. I thought the spy missed him on a fourth down, right, where we could have had the ball back there also. We mixed up the coverages enough where it was a different picture and forced some throws that maybe he didn't want to make. But the guy's a tremendous player, a relentless competitor, and he is fast as hell now. I mean, he can really, really go, and you can see why he's had a lot of success.
Well, I got to tell you, so this can be fun, man. Number 2 in the country. I know it doesn't mean much to you, but boy, the eyeballs of all the national guys, and I know Oregon had the week off, but to be sitting here at 2, I think it's good for the off week for guys to see what everybody thinks of them. And how do you look at it?
Well, you know what? It's not just like the last bye week. We got a chance to see 24, or at least some of them, but there were 24 one-score games, right? One possession games.
That's right.
There were like 6 overtime games. And look at the upsets this week, Joe, right? Oh. I mean, yeah, it's like, and teams got to travel across the country. Motivation goes up and down. It's not only the rat poison. You know what it is? It's the rats. It's the rats that start getting into people's heads and start saying and telling players, hey, you should play more. You should get more attention. Why isn't your name in the paper? And you got to say, you know what? Take all that and shove it. We ain't talking about that. We ain't listening to that stuff. If that's on your mind, you're in the wrong program. And you got to go at that direct. It's not just a rat poison. It's a rat. And you got to get rid of all that crap.
How hard is that to do in today's with today's players? Because you're right. Guys will go, hey, man, they're not talking about you, dude. You're playing well. Or, hey, dude, you need to be playing more on this team even though they're good. Because they're going to get that, man, in today's world.
They are going to get that. And if you got the wrong players, it's really hard. If you got the right players, then you know what? You should be able to get it done. If you got the wrong players, then let them go join the rats. It's just, this is a team sport, man. It's a team with all the people could talk about, oh, things are different nowadays and NIL and all that stuff. You know what? That's a bunch of bull. It's still football. The ball's placed in the tee, kicked off, and let's go to work. And to get there with the right people and the right mind frame, you've got to maintain that culture and not let any of that other crap get in the way of it. So it's not, again, it's a 24/7 job. We love it. We're blessed with it. We have to get a hell of a lot better. We got to work a hell of a lot harder, and that's our focus, man.
All right, so can you enjoy this though a little bit? I mean, you've been grinding at this thing to get it to look the way since you got here. You've reminded everybody you had a vision, and it's starting to look like that. Can you ever just sit back a little bit and enjoy it? Can you enjoy a win at Florida State? Can you enjoy when Florida comes here and you kick them around, or is it off and running again for the next one?
No, of course you do, man. I mean, you to see these players accomplish wins like that, man, it's the best feeling in the world. It's the ultimate goal, and it's really, really hard. People don't understand how hard it is to win. Like everybody has good players, and if you don't think people have good players and they have good enough players to beat you, you're out of your mind. That's like an arrogant disregard for just understanding the reality of college football. So, no, but when the clock strikes that 24-hour mark, then you roll. And then my only other enjoyment is being on the Joe Rose Show.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's a good way to have it, Coach. Hey, thank you, Mario. Congratulations. Appreciate you coming on this morning, man. Have a great day.
Thank you, Joe. Have a good one, and go Canes.
Mario Cristobal joining us here to talk a little bit about the win. Number 2 in the country. Off week, we'll play next Friday against Louisville at Hard Rock Stadium. Wow, that's going to be one wild-ass Friday night. Oh, boy, that's going to be fun. Hey, Landing Men's Clinic, I want to talk about ED and low T to all my brothers out there. Hey, man, it's okay. Every guy's going to have it. Every guy's got low T. That you've been told that since you're a little guy. Well, not like I used to be. I don't have my energy. Oh, yeah, I don't chase your mother around like I used to. Hey, man, low T and ED happen, but we have Atlantic Men's Clinic here in South Florida, and I got full-blown low T and ED, and my energy level was shot for a while. It was, and people, well, how'd you know? Well, I was tired all the time. Second of all, I gained a quick 20 pounds because I wasn't active, and I was cutting way back, getting closer to retirement, and then the sex drive. That one. that can really mess with you. Gone. I got to tell you, it was bad. And Atlantic Men's Clinic, I went, got that first appointment all set up. Heard about Atlantic Men's Clinic, professional. They do things the right way. You get your testing, the PSA test. Their professional staff sat down with me, went over everything, and put me on a program that I've had great results with. And I know you will too. And if you're going through it in your 40s right now, it happens. 50s, 60s, it happens. And if you're at that point and you want to do something about Atlantic Men's Clinic, now if you don't, just go on and be tired and moody and that's the way it is. I get it. That's all right. But if you want to get more out of life, man, no matter where you are in the crazy world we live in, they have 7 locations. Set up that first appointment, 877-455-7300, or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Great results. I had great results with Atlantic Men's Clinic.
the ball, rushed for 240 some odd yards. Running backs run for 200 yards. Took a lot of time off the clock, and although they were punting and stuff, but it all affected.
Absolutely.
That was probably the biggest effect.
Absolutely.
Of this football game.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. We had time of possession in our favor in the first half, and absolutely did not have it in the second. And I think that is something that at any game during the course of the season can go that way if you allow it. So you can't try to win football games and make mistakes and hope that the time runs out. You have to go win the game. And today we did not.
No, you haven't. Haven't done it much this year. Beat one team. The only team that hadn't won a game right now in the National Football League is the New York Jets. 0-5 on the season. 7 teams at 1-4, and the Miami Dolphins are one of them with a really, really, really crummy loss to a really, really below average team, to put it nicely. And they're down 17-0 at home. They're down 17-0 at home. You got 3 quarters. My gosh. And all of a sudden, they go, you know what? What are we doing trying to throw the ball around here a little bit? Come on, man. Hey, what did those other 4 teams do to them? Oh, they ran between the tackles. Let's do it. They started running and running. Hell, they were running the ball. They were getting big old plays. 43 yards, 53 yards. All between the tackle, man. It's coming again. And just ran it. Over the last 3 quarters of that game, 3 quarters, they were able, after being down 17-0, they didn't panic and go into a 2-man. Well, we got to get it all now. They ran it 30 times for 234 yards over the last 3 quarters. And they're a bad team. This isn't one of the powerhouse teams with their backup running back, who, by the way, the guy had 80 yards coming into the game as a backup. 80 yards rushing. And I can't imagine. I mean, hell, he's one of the lead stories. He's already talking about playing against his former team. He goes for over 200 yards. Rico Daddle, 23 carries, 206 yards, a 9-yard average. 9-yard average. That's when one of the big boys pays somebody $2 million to come and beats them up by 50. Backup quarterback. Backup running back, excuse me. Unbelievable. And there's just things that go on. Like Darren Waller is playing out of his mind. Great story. Fantastic story. Even better guy and what he's been through and taking care of himself, obviously, to be this good after being out of camp and taking a year off. Comes back, runs down the middle of the field. Great game plan. Great game plan right off the bat. We haven't had guys run down the middle of the field for a long time. Apparently, we couldn't do that for years. But anyway, we were able to hit our tight end a couple times down the middle of the field. It was great. Oh, my God. It's just such a great added dimension to have a guy release from next to a tackle or flexed out a little bit and run down the middle. He's not getting jammed, turns, and the ball's right there a couple of times. I mean, he is on his way to a monster game in the first half. Got Waddle involved. You got Waller, 5 catches, 78 yards. I mean, he's going over 100. You know, he's got his 3rd touchdown of the season. I mean, 2 games. And Waller, no catches in the second half. So you're telling me, oh, they took him away. Oh, okay. So, and you can't run the ball. Now, listen, there's no question this run defense, they are dead last. You've done it. You know, they ran for 239 yards. Everybody's run for a lot of yards against the Dolphins. It's been the key to, you know, it's a problem. And not trying to downplay, it is a problem. And we'll get into the individuals and the young guys, a first-round pick struggling on one side, second-round pick struggling on the other side. All the young guys are finding out that this NFL is not college football. Nothing in common with it. Got a lot of young guys. Hey, last year's guys, Chop's finding out life's a little different these days too. So, it's all over the place right now with this thing. But hey, Mike, I know you weren't real happy with the defense, and I get it. But that offense, your running game, you're now 30th in the NFL too. 14 carries, 19 yards, 1.4 average. At that pace, you'd have to run it 7 times to get close to a first down. They're plenty. And I just feel like, same old thing keeps happening. Same old thing keeps happening. They got a lot of character guys on that team. There's no question, but I don't care who you are. When the same things are happening and you know it's coming and you say all the right things during the week and you're working and we're getting it fixed, I feel better, and it gets worse. And then it gets worse. Jets did it too. Hell, the Jets ran for 200 yards. Let's not forget that. This is not new. And you have the same results. Same results. It's going to start to affect your team. It does. And by the way, one side can't be getting on the other one. The only group that played well yesterday, by the way, for the record, special teams had a really good game. Great coverage. Punter's been great. Kicker, no problems. It's been a good group. But the other two groups, Tua's got a chance on the last drive. Let's not leave him out because you guys, I see a lot of people stroking him for his 3 touchdowns, high quarterback rating and stuff. He's got a chance on the last drive. Throws it over the top on Waddle on a play that he usually hits. And we're lucky he didn't get picked. All right, we got more stuff to get to here this morning. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe here today. It's a nobody safe Monday. Hey, we got more stuff to get to here. 7 o'clock hour's coming up. Hey, time to tell you about the main man. Hey, are you tired of all the headaches? Tired of just being tired? Maybe it's time for you to sell your business. You've been talking about it for a long time. I got a guy I'd love to do it. I got a guy that's got a big old book full of people going, I sure am interested. We live in South Florida, and we'd like to find a business down there that really, some things we did where we were before we moved to South Florida. Well, the main man, Anthony Caliendo, at the Business Broker Experts, is the best business broker in Florida. Call 1-800-THE-MAIN-MAN and speak directly to Anthony. Nobody else. He's going to handle it. And by the way, he doesn't just list businesses. He packages businesses to sell. Florida's booming. You probably know that by the amount of people that are moving to Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. And if you're ready to buy somebody else's business or looking to sell it, Anthony works with businesses of all sizes, big or small. I'm telling you right now, it matches it up. You'll feel good about it. A nice, strong, smooth transition. And he's got the strongest bank relationships going as well. Give you the closing table, get there fast. He's got some great work that he's done through the years, some great testimonials to share with you. Hey, get maximum dollar for your investment. Years of dedication you put into it. You like to make sure you get a good amount of money out of it. And that's what this guy's all about. Call 1-800-THE-MAIN-MAN today and let Anthony Caliendo, the main man, flip your biz and cash out in a big way. Call 1-800-THE-MAIN-MAN.
This update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito. Our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai or at DoralHyundai.com. Starting with the Dolphins, who gave up a 17-0 lead on their way to a 27-24 loss in Carolina. The Dolphins are now 1-4 on the season. Next up, Miami hosts the Chargers on Sunday. Week 5 wraps up tonight with the Chiefs and Jaguars on Monday Night Football. Over to the Canes, who came in at 2 in the AP poll after Saturday's win over FSU. Miami is off this week. They'll host Louisville a week from Friday. To the Heat, who will continue the preseason tonight at home against the Bucks. Tip-off is at 7:30 from the Kaseya Center. The game can be heard here on WQAM. And in baseball, the Blue Jays took a 2-0 series lead over the Yankees with a 13-7 win. And the Mariners beat the Tigers 3-2 to tie up their series at 1. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
Logically, a game like this, where, you have the emotions, you come out, you're ahead, and then all of a sudden what happens. How do you dig out of that and motivate and get ready for it? Because the game's not going to stop.
The one takeaway that I did receive during the games, there was not splintering, there was not phases being frustrated with each other. Everybody wanted to make a play and wanted to play 11 people as one. And I think that losses are tough, but who really cares? Like that, we deserve for it to feel terrible. And in that, you find out exactly who people are. I have confidence in who the people are in the locker room and the coaching staff, and led by me. We have to. No one cares about our feelings. And that is a hard one to deal with, but it should be. It's just as, if not more, for everybody that decides to cheer for us and turn on the TV. So that's not acceptable. Will never be. And when you win plus minus and you have a 3-score lead, you have to lean on an opponent in both on both sides of the ball on the line of scrimmage, and we were incapable. So I'm going to get back to the drawing board and fix that immediately.
All right, that was Mike McDaniel, our guy, Kim Bocamper, asking a lot of questions yesterday. He is obviously a little frustrated. Guy's been with the organization for 50 years since got drafted down here in the first round many, many years ago to what it is right now. There's a lot of frustration, a lot of people that have been affiliated with this thing, and it's just the old, here we go again. What's Mr. Ross going to do? Is anything going to change? Are we just going to keep saying the same things and having the same results? Here we go again. Nobody quit. Yeah, I don't get it. Nobody's going to quit. I mean, you playing for a check and future and want to keep playing and all those things. But it's bad. There should be nobody mad about anything said or written about you or said about you on social media. If you're in there and you're part of that training group, by the way, that whole training facility too. I'm not just talking, and I'm not talking about the trainers, and I'm not talking about the great food they get and all those marks they get. Has nothing to do with that. The guys in the front office, led by Chris Greer, the coaching staff, led by Mike McDaniel, and the players. I don't know. I don't know how you turn around right now. We got some deep serious problems. We can't run the ball, and we can't stop the run. That's a big problem. This all goes back. We're going to be more physical, and we're going to put more emphasis on being more physical, and we're going to draft a guy in the second round on one side and a veteran on the other, one injured and one really struggling. And then the defensive line, going to be some growing pains, and you got to stick with them. God, I know. Can't believe I said it again. I can't wait to hear Omar too. He's going to join us a little bit later on here, but The young guys have officially hit the wall, but they're not the only ones. Oh, no. There's plenty to go around when you run the ball like that. And by the way, it's not they're getting beat on trick plays and stuff. It's running mostly between the tackles. Staying with blocks, a little different blocking schemes, but they're hitting between the tackles. And the holes opened up again yesterday. And you had a backup running back. Rico Dowdle probably going to be player of the week, right, Woody? 23 carries, 206 yards.
Yes, Joe. I would think
9-yard
he's in that
average?
conversation, yes.
It's
Look, man, it gets frustrating every week. You could play the same comments over and over again. We got to look in the mirror. We got, the guys in the locker room.
It's all getting old.
It's the same crap every
Yeah.
week, Joe. And I understand like what you're trying to do. You're trying to think of things like what they can do better and how they can fix different. This team sucks. They can't fix any of these things, or they would have by now.
Yes.
Right? You're 5 games into this thing, and this is what they are. They are one of, if not the worst team in that league.
They are one of the 1-4 teams, and of course the Jets are the only team left that hasn't won a game. I would just say this: veteran, you're right. Veteran players, what you see is what you get, man. The guys have been around. If they're playing well, Waddle's probably gonna keep playing well. The Darren Waller story is truly, it's too bad. I mean, we couldn't get him a ball in the second. It's incredible. Somebody to tell me I can't get you the ball. Can you imagine telling Darren Waller to half, hey, sorry, I couldn't get you the ball in the second half. We couldn't figure out anything. Wait a sec. All those guys that got some form of coordinator behind their name, and we can't figure out a way to get him a ball when a free release, 6'6", it can run like that? Sorry. We're going to all meet again. I'd like to see her at some of those meetings from all those brilliant people that know a lot more about football than I do.
And here's the thing. I know fans want blood this morning, but it's like, what are you even going to do at this point, man? Like,
you
can't
fire
give
your
Anthony
whole
Weaver
team.
the job. Like,
no, you
the
can't.
Defense is horrific.
You can't fire your guys.
Let him run the thing.
You can't fire your guys. You're right.
It's
not,
just so you're just dug into it at this point. But like, man, you got to go through that. You're 5 games into this thing. You got a long way to go here of this mess.
All right. Well, I realize that, but let's talk about let's talk about how to get changes.
But this was the easy part of your schedule too.
Yeah.
These were like you circled Carolina.
Oh yeah.
I go back to last week.
Hey,
what you were saying about Carolina.
They're bad. They're not a very good team.
Told me to take me to catch and cut. See Bo out there.
I think I
Although
did
Bo
say
seems
that.
a little bit riled up in that press conference.
He might punch you in the face. So
I know
I'll
he
leave
may.
that alone for a second.
I'll stay away from all Dolphins.
But I got to tell you, yeah, man, that's a terrible loss. They're a really bad team. They are a really bad team. And they ran, I think they were running for about 100 yards a game. They were struggling. Everything. A passing game. You saw the quarterback.
They probably put all their stats up in that one game too, right? Where they had that win.
It's just, and they're down 17-0. You're thinking, oh, this game get healthy. Fourth quarter, maybe get some different guys in and just feel good coming back home for the Chargers. And maybe you can get that thing going. They got their own problems now. They've lost a couple of games in a row. But no. Oh, no. So here's the thing, because everybody been texting me this morning and last night, hey, something's got to be done, man. Something. They're not going to keep doing this. So until they feel it from their fan base, and it affects that part.
But what more can fans do, though? Like, I feel like the fans voiced their frustrations last year, and the owner
and he
was
still
like,
came back.
No. We're going to do it again. And it's kind of funny. So every time the Dolphins, they tweet out the final score, every game they blow. And I'll look underneath. I just like to read some of the comments, see what people are saying. And there's always a few people that'll post that thing that Ross sent out.
Oh, from last year?
Yeah.
That one we got hit with after the
hey,
game.
man, I feel so bad for
there
this
it
fan
is.
base because it is another year that you have to go through this crap. And
so Mr. Ross was there yesterday.
Was he? He was there again? And he's watching this stuff?
No. So like he so and I keep
Jeez.
hearing he's not happy. And I'm like, Okay, I get it. Nobody's happy. No one that likes this team that's grown up or been around this team or just taken on this team and like the colors of the uniform or something, nobody can be happy with this thing, man.
The problem is, what are you going to do now? Like firing Mike. I mean, even if you did that today, if they came out this morning like Mike's out, are people going to be happy? Like, do you think it doesn't change anything? I think if anything, it'll look worse. I don't think this is all on Mike, to be quite honest with you.
No, I don't
think
either.
he's been calling offensively. He's been calling, I don't know, decent enough games, but
Till yesterday. Yeah,
for a while he was calling.
No, he went through.
But...
He did. He's gone through a couple of games where he called really good games. But so now, to your point, and it's a good one, Woody. Let's not forget about Chris Greer. Let's not
firing Chris. What does that do except for
what's that do?
Make fans happy for a day, and then you got to get back to reality of that you have a crap team.
Yeah, but who
firing Chris is not going to make things better right now.
Oh, right now, nothing you can do.
Of course, Chris is not going to survive this year, but again, I just at this point in time, what are we doing besides just helping the fans out, trying to get through this process,
trying to figure out. I agree. Listen,
Chris Greer can never be involved in another personnel decision in this organization. He can never be involved again.
I would not allow him to make any moves of any kind. I don't want to hear.
If they're going to start trading guys off before the deadline, if they're going to start doing stuff like that, it needs to be someone else doing it. That'd be the only reason I get rid of the guy. But again,
by the way, they let him make some kind of move that's fairly big.
No more save your ass moves.
Yeah,
no more, man.
No more. That hey. How about pulling this one off? And by the way, the timing of Cam Smith getting rid of him was really good to wait till you got to win in there and sneak it in there. That was
these guys are
great
cooked.
PR.
They came back with a significantly worse team than they had the year before.
They did. And you know
what?
They
sold you on a bunch of crap.
Some people saw it. Some people did see it. And for those of you that didn't drink the Kool-Aid, you're right.
You realize Chris is one of the all-time salesmen, right? Whatever it is that he has been able to sell Mr. Ross on, who was a smart man, obviously.
Well, I will tell you.
Whatever he has sold Mr. Ross on over these last few years.
This is
Very
what
impressive.
I always hear with Chris Greer and that beautiful smile and that really friendly personality. And by the way, if you had a popularity contest at the whole facility and in the whole organization, Chris might finish top 5.
Yeah. Well, what did it say in that letter? Guy. What did it say? Everyone gets along or something, or the working relationship?
No, I get it.
Or
and his relationship, and I think Stephen Ross from the outside in has given him, I get Mr. Ross that you like him. I get it. I mean, I get it, man. Everybody likes him. Everybody likes Chris, and. But man, it's just time. It's time. I mean, this ain't working. And you're right. You're right on some of this, man. I agree. It's
and look, man, too, you've been left in the dust by teams like New England, who are in a complete rebuild mode. They've completely passed your ass
Woody,
up.
That's a great point. They went all in on free agency and they went all in on the draft last year. And look at the results. They took a tough loss a couple weeks ago, turned over 5 times in a tough last second loss. Look at how they bounced back. They beat the you-know-what out of Carolina, and they went into Buffalo, and they friggin' won. Buffalo turns the ball over 3 times. They went in with confidence, that young quarterback.
They're in the playoffs, by the way. If the season it's 5 games in, but I'm just saying they are in the playoffs. They have a winning record.
That was a little dogpiling move on you.
No, it's not.
No,
it's
it
the
is.
fact
You win
that
5 games.
That team should not be past where
you're the fat
right
kid
now.
that just jumped on the pile to put so the poor guy at the bottom is crying. Please.
By the way, the Dolphins deserve every piece of dogpiling they get today.
All right, we got to go to break here. Yeah, no question about it. It was brutal. And whatever. The best you can do is I have a good feeling from my guys. They haven't quit on me. Everybody seems to want to get this. I'm like, great. We've heard that. That's great. What are we going to do about it? Hey, I'll tell you what. The guys doing their job right now are Baptist Health South Florida and those doctors. Wow, what a great sports medicine program. Where do the pros go? Enter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Miami Dolphins. Man, I am talking about an unbelievable staff of all-star lineup. team doctors and specialists they put together to take care of a lot of our teams. And not only that, but take care of high school, college, and professional athletes, not just here in South Florida. A lot of athletes come here for a second opinion or to see our doctors for knee and shoulder and foot and ankle, hand specialists, back specialists, hip and knee replacement doctors have the latest in technology, some of the cool things they're doing right now. Hey, man, they're doing it all. And it's about understanding sports injuries. This is what they deal with. They're ready to help you with 3 great facilities. And I know Doctors Hospital and Baptist Health South Florida are all over South Florida. But I want to let you know they got some other great facilities to go to at Hard Rock Stadium right next to the training facility. 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. Just visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal every day. It's about getting you healthy, back out playing the sports you love the most.
tough. No one wants to start the season 1-4. It's not like our team goes out there and we want to give up this, or we want to not convert our third downs in the second half. There's just so many things that go into it, and we got to figure this out. And we got to figure this out now. This feeling sucks. It's not a good feeling.
No, it's not, Tua. We finally agree on something, Tua. You're right. It's not a good feeling for anybody. 1-4 Dolphins yesterday. And by the way, before we get rolling here, I got to say good morning to my good friend, my really good friend Hunter up in Augusta. Had on his way to school today, had a little breakfast with him, got caught up on some business yesterday. He was at the game yesterday with his family. And so I want to say, Hunter, have a great day. I'm sorry about yesterday, man. I was feeling good at 17. No, 17. I was feeling good, man, up 17 like that. But, Hunter, I'm sorry, man. But listen, don't let it mess up your day. Go get some A's at school today, and we're going to be all right. So I wanted to just shout out to my buddy there, spend a little time in the morning with him so I could drink some extra coffee and get ready, having no idea what I was going to be seeing. Another creative way to lose to a team that's not very good. And that was a team they played yesterday. Hey, by the way, good news is, boy, I'll tell you what, for anybody watching Saturday night, it was fun, man. Canes jumped out 28-3, got a little scary there in a little bit. I don't know how stressed you were about it. But they kicked their butts around pretty good on the road, man. Pretty good, even though they're outscored 19-0 in the fourth. A lot of great performances, which are a really good sign. And as we've all said, both sides of the football got a lot of really good players right now. Really, really good players at every level of the team. There really isn't a weakness on the team right now. And usually, you look at this thing and Mario's keeping everybody focused. If you missed it, he'll be on with us a little bit later on. We'll have him on in the 9 o'clock hour again and talk to Mario, who was pretty fired up about everything. And I guess doesn't really care about being number 2 in the country right now. He said, hey, man, we got to focus and not worry about that stuff.
You just won the toughest game you had left on your schedule. And I know that they've had.
Damn, you always.
I know they've had a tough time in the ACC, Joe, but this team feels a whole heck of a lot different, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it does.
The conservative stuff at the end of the games is, yes, it's a little concerning. They've done it against the good teams that they've played, but yeah, I mean, you're not going to play another team like that in an atmosphere like you just played in.
They've got some. Listen, Louisville's got a nice little team. You're going to have. The ACC's a little sneaky.
I mean, you got 4 more home games.
Right? Including Friday night.
It sets up.
They have been great at home.
I think one of the great things that come out of that game is we finally got to see them, let Carson Beck let it rip. Right? I mean, he looked fantastic out there.
He did. He made some. He made some great throws. He did.
I will tell you though, I mean, the guy has an unbelievable amount of time to throw.
Yes.
Like it is truly incredible how long that guy has to stand back there in the pocket.
It's good for quarterback business, man. There's no question. Yeah. Cam must have said, hey, Carson, man, you got all my guys, most of them from last year. You need to go there, man. That's a good situation. And some of those guys, you'll be okay throwing to them, man. They'll be nice. And by the way, the story is this story with Malachi Toney, not to just pick him out, but the fact that he's a true freshman, and the way he's playing as their leading receiver is just, and some of the moves he made after the catch, had another one called back because of a penalty. It was a penalty. It was a mistake. But boy, he is something else, man, and has been since day one when he got here. Said, hey, this is going to be my position. But everybody goes, okay, well, he'll get some playing time. And now it's like, oh, he's our number 1 receiver, along with C.J. Daniels, who's been around. But this guy is, and he's tough. He blocks to the point every guy wants to fight him because he won't let up. Just everything you like about this guy and this team, and to have some young guys as part of it. Look at the Reuben Bain and Mesidor stories, the linebackers, the safeties. You heard earlier, we talked to Coach about it. And this Bryce Fitzgerald story, his third interception, safety out of Columbus High School. Some really, really, really cool stories. And by the way, there's something that I wanted to say about the state and being state champions now, that Mario, people are like, why is he making such a big deal? Somebody asked me over the week, why is he making such a big deal about state champions? I said, recruiting, period. Well, yeah, they're 2 years in a row where they're going, you decide we're recruiting you and they're recruiting you. You tell me what program you liked when you watched the game more. When we beat them at their house and they came to our house and we beat them and we beat them up there. I just want to remind anybody, because listen, Mario's recruiting guys that either have committed or are considering going to Florida State and Florida. That's always going to be. It's always been that way. They're going to get their share of them. There's no question about it. Same with the transfer portal. They're going to get some guys. Mario's not going to get everybody, but he just wants a reminder on the guys he really wants that we are state champions. There are a lot of guys. There are a lot of guys at that game. Florida State had a lot of their recruits there. The Florida Gators have a lot of recruits when they go to their games, and they just want a reminder to everybody that we want to let you know the three best teams in this state that aren't Miami have all lost again for a second straight year to Mario Cristobal's group. So pretty smart move, man. Pretty smart. Because he's like, hey, state champs again. Just that's all we can do right now. We're state champs right here.
Gators looked a whole heck of a lot better on Saturday too, huh?
They did, man.
Hey, but I'll tell you, you want to get right, you just play the Manning kid.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Texas,
you play against that kid, you're in good shape.
Florida, that's a good win for
I can't
Florida.
believe how bad he is. For what they did to that poor kid during the offseason. That is so messed up what they did to him.
I'd be willing to place a bet with anybody that he comes back to school next year.
Yeah. Isn't the guy that talked him up that said he's the next Tebow, isn't he like leaving sports or something?
I don't know.
Did he say that take was so bad I got to run for office or something?
I don't know. Paul Feinbaum. No,
yeah,
I don't know.
He goes, the sports thing's not for me.
But he apparently it's like strong take, and that was.
Yeah.
He not only went that he's going to be the first player in the draft taken.
He said he was the next Tim Tebow.
The next Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
He did.
Going to be the greatest college player ever.
We're going to see things happen, and we have seen. By the way, you think that's bad. How do you feel if you're Penn State?
Oh.
And you go to L.A. to play to UCLA. The stadium's half full. The Rose Bowl looked empty. The top part, they had to put Rose Bowl signs up. And then on top of that, they fired their coaching staff. They hadn't won a game, and they beat you. How's that happen? I don't know how that happens. And
maybe it's just not great to have college kids flying from one end of the country to the other for these conference games. I don't know.
No, that take was weak. Penn State and UCLA aren't recruiting the same kids.
I understand.
They're not even paying the same money to the kids.
Well, they should be in the same conference.
They hadn't won a game.
No one cares about UCLA up there? Is that what you're telling me?
They have been, they've always taken a back seat to their brothers in that private school at USC. Yes.
Yeah.
But, man, what a bad loss for Penn State. I thought they're going to come back in the second half, and that's
I thought their defense was supposed to be good. But they got torched.
I don't know. They did. That was, hey, man, you just never know. And I know we got some NFL stuff coming up here. Oh, man. Crazy games. The Arizona plays that happened in the Arizona game. I just got to see some of it this morning. I didn't see it. I saw a shotgun snap hit the quarterback in the head hard. I saw another guy go into the end zone and let the ball go before he got into the end zone.
They're saying he hurt his foot on that play. I'm still going to stick to I think he got a concussion from getting hit by the snap.
You can't get a concussion from a long
Guy's
snap.
4 feet tall.
There's no way, no matter what, you can't snap the ball hard enough to give a guy concussion with that helmet on.
Well, you got to see the battle of the smallest quarterbacks in the league on Sunday. You got to see it in person.
I got to see a couple of,
Bryce
Alabama
Young looks
guys.
like he couldn't quarterback a peewee team. I mean, what are people thinking when they draft these guys? I know Kyler Murray was supposed to be like he was supposed to be great and
I think Russell Wilson
generational and all this stuff.
I think Russell Wilson really helped all the 5'10" guys. I do. I think Russell Wilson had some really good years in Seattle, and they said, hey, these guys are Arizona. Oh, boy.
Russ is sitting back there laughing while his
I got mine.
team goes
Russell
and loses.
Wilson's going, I got mine. Don't worry.
Another winless team got
By the way, Russell Wilson's not quitting anytime soon either. He's like, what team's next?
Yep.
Want to trade me? I'll come to your team. Give me a chance to play. All right, we got to go to break here, Woody. We'll get to your segment coming up here in Hollywood's headlines here.
We'll whip around some of these games. You want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that. Anything.
So, you were talking college. I was going to hit on that Clemson, North Carolina game.
Oh. He said everything could be cleaned up.
Yeah,
I heard Belichick.
Sure.
He was like, nah, everything we can clean up. I was like, I'm looking, I'm going, Bill, you don't have any talent. I don't know. The coaching looks bad, but there's a problem there. Clemson looked like the number one team in the country. The way they beat them up.
They spent a lot of money putting that staff and that team together. I don't know, man.
Yeah. All right.
Doesn't seem like it's going to end well.
No, it's not.
A lot of the same comments, by the way, coming from our pro football team that I guess you heard from Belichick there.
All
Similar
these things
stuff.
can be.
Yeah.
Well, Mike just wants everybody to know that nobody's quitting on him.
Okay.
That's what.
Well, you
Mike's
got to
message
survive
was.
week to week, right?
Hey, let's go to break here, Woody, before I get too late here. I have been just terrible about being on time on this show. Not that it matters. My boss doesn't get up till 10, but hey, I do want to talk to you about your South Florida Chevy dealers. Man, I'm telling you right now, you're looking for a new truck? Started looking around. Hey, you're a truck person. That's what you drive, man. You want it. You want something you can depend on that's durable. And nothing like a South Florida Chevy dealer truck, man. I'm telling you right now, the durable Colorado with the standard Turbo Max engine and impressive torque to the Silverado 1500, always ready, steady, and strong, delivering all the power you could ever want, man. Advanced technology for the workday workhorse and the weekend warrior. Yeah, we know the truck you're looking for. I know a lot of you guys out there work 6-7 days a week. That's how you make a living. Sometimes you work a lot of hours on the weekend. You might need that Silverado HD. Boy, you can feel confident. You'll have all the power you need, legendary horsepower, one of the hardest working beds in the business. Hey, whether it's a midsize, full-size, or heavy-duty truck, Chevy pickups will never let you down. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now.
Miami's
All right, Woody, what do you have for us today? Here, I'm just starting to wake up a little bit. Here.
Yeah, all right.
Ooh.
Oh, you're just starting now?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Sorry about that.
That's concerning because you were bouncing off the walls for the first 90 minutes or so here. But all right, let's jump into it here, Joe. Colts appear to still be pretty good as they put it on the Raiders, who are not very good. 40-6. It's gonna be quite a battle, by the way, for the first pick.
I gotta laugh.
Dolphins are very much in the mix. Don't you guys worry. We had the Saints and Giants yesterday. The Saints won that game, so they got to win.
They beat
Giants are 1-4.
How
Saints
did
are 1-4.
by the way, how did the rookie quarterback play for the Giants? I didn't see. How did he play?
They put up 14 points, Joe.
Okay.
So let you do the math there. Cowboys beat the Jets 37-22. Jets are in the lead.
They're the only team. They're very lonely right now.
Yes. Boy, they are an absolute mess. The Eagles and the Broncos. This was an interesting game here. Philly had a big lead in this one, and the Broncos outscored them 18-0 in the fourth quarter. Went on to win the game.
I would have lost money on that one.
Did you have the Eagles? I have your numbers, by the way. Apparently, you had a rough weekend.
You did have the Broncos, though. You picked the Broncos.
Yep, yeah. I had the Broncos.
But you had a rough weekend.
I did.
Yeah, 3-5 on the week brings you to 34-28 on the season. So
you're
still having a good year, but a tough week in week 5.
Yeah, not.
You're plus money, though. You're plus money.
All right.
So
you're trying to make me feel better. I had a rough one. All right.
The Texans might have just ended the Ravens season.
Jeez.
44-10 was the final there.
That's more than just a Lamar Jackson problem right there. Jeez.
Well, they're in the 1-4 club. It's a very exclusive club, apparently, at this point. But
I feel a lot better about being their 1-4 than our 1-4.
I don't know, man. They were they were pretty rough. But...
Starting with their GM down, I feel a lot better.
Okay. All right, fair enough. The Titans, they're 1-4. They beat the Cardinals 22-21. The Cardinals are unbelievably pathetic. I don't know if you
what's their record now?
So they're 2-3, but they should be 1-4. I don't even know what else they've played, but they should be 1-4. They had guy running into the end zone, just drops the ball. Second straight week that's happened.
Did he try to celebrate early, or was he just?
He was like, "I'll flip the ball," and he just threw it out the back of the end zone. Just flipped it right out the back of the end zone.
Why does every guy feel like they get close to that end zone and they got to put some extra mustard on that hot dog? Why?
My instant answer would be that they are point shaving, but
don't do that.
I don't accuse anyone here this morning.
That's where we are now. Somebody sees a play that looks a little shaky and they're going, "He's on the take." That's good, Woody. It's good stuff.
It's very possible he got a call at halftime. It was like, "Hey, we're gonna money line the Titans here."
Okay,
it's paying off. 10-1. Should this situation
is that
pop up?
Is that your take today?
I don't know because another guy picked off Cam Ward and then dropped the ball in his own end zone, which ended up being a touchdown. And then that 3-foot quarterback have over there couldn't get a first down, so they kick it back.
So these plays, so everybody's on the take now. Is that your take this morning?
I think if you're running into the end zone, you throw the ball at the back of the end zone. I think there needs to at least warrants an investigation.
They probably ought to hire your ass because you're so good at this stuff.
I will.
You really are. I wish you would.
I'll be the director of integrity.
You should. Because every time something bad happens, somebody's on the take because you gamble.
Well, sport needs a little integrity.
Mess up your Hard Rock app a little bit.
Well, if we're going to take bets, we need a little integrity in our game. Buccaneers, they won another crazy game here, 38-35 over the Seahawks. They get a late field goal to win this one. Baker Mayfield, another monster game.
Baker Mayfield's the MVP, and not even close. He's
my God, I had to think about that for a sec. You might actually be right.
Last second drives. I mean, hey, we know what last second drives look like here. They win every one of their games. That guy gets the ball. He goes, "Man, I just expect to win."
Well, I mean, in fairness, that guy's 100 times the player our quarterback is. But
what else you got?
The Lions look like they're back as well,
You're
Joe. 37-24 over the Bengals. The Bengals have some quarterback problems, though. To say the least, but the Lions are 4-1. Remember they lost that bad game in the opener. We thought they're cooked.
And might just be the best team in football this week. This week.
Yeah, I know.
Now
I
it
know.
changes. It changes.
Well, let's wait till Kansas City plays tonight, okay?
They can't be the best team tonight.
Kansas City's the best team in football
2-2.
if they win this game tonight.
Jacksonville's stepping in a place they haven't been, playing a Monday night football game or Sunday night. They don't play a lot of these primetime games.
No, they don't. But so this is a really weird one. Did you see what happened with Xavier Worthy?
No, what now?
So apparently, he practiced all week. He was okay. You're saying his ankle swelled up on the plane or something, and now he's questionable for tonight?
What?
So anyway, if you have him on your fantasy team like I do, keep an eye on that going up to a closer to kickoff here.
Hey, Woody, did anybody take that Rico Daddle, the player of the week? Did anybody have him on their fantasy football team?
I'm guessing he's not owned by many, no.
Because I'm being serious. That wasn't a shot because they're going, who are the Dolphins, playing this week? Let's take their running back.
Yeah.
And you'd have a lot of points because every running back is chewing us up.
I wish I would have known. That was very surprising there, Joe. All right. Speaking of surprising, the Commanders, they are 3-2. They put it on the Chargers 27-10. I would say this is good news for the Dolphins with the Chargers coming to town, but I don't think it's going to matter much.
Boy, they had a chance to put it away early and missing their tackles. I'm not going to say it. I started to say we had to get. Go ahead. What else do you have?
And then the Patriots, they actually beat the Bills 23-20 in Buffalo.
That's not an easy place to win.
No.
Not easy. And they went in there. And by the way, I saw the Bills turned it over 3 times. The old turn it over 3, and it's not for me. You ain't going to win.
You want to give your pick for tonight? KC -3.5 in Jacksonville. Again, please take into account that Worthy is questionable.
I'm going to go with Kansas City,
regardless of the.
Yeah.
Okay. They're different. They were clearly a different team with him in the lineup, but
let's see.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah. All right, Woody. Thank you, man.
It's rough out there, bro.
It is rough out there. It's football season, man. It's rough. I can't wait though. Today's gonna be fun. I am gonna be able to
what, sleep and not watch the Dolphins.
No, I don't have to watch that again.
They get a day off today.
God only knows. I don't know. I don't know what Mike's.
They're gonna go in and watch film.
Yeah, I think today is the day they go in, if I'm not mistaken. Then they get tomorrow.
Well, whatever they're doing over there ain't working.
It's not working, no.
But they're gonna. What do they say? They're gonna look in the mirror.
So they brought up everything: technique. What they say? Position, technique, schemes. We're staying together, tied. I mean, we hear the same. Like they should just come out and go. We're not. We've said it all to you. We just got to get better, and we're all frustrated, and all those things. Like get just. That's like I tell my wife I'm going to change about something. She you always say you're not changing.
Mm-hmm.
Not changing. Same old. All right, Woody.
Player Mike's comments.
Hey, we got Omar Kelly going to join us. I didn't even read Omar's stuff. I don't know. He was busy yesterday, and so we'll hear from Omar coming up here in just a few minutes. Hey, I want to take a second to talk about Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah. Yeah, the partners of Cohn and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys, implantation, and yes, the same partners who handle your case from start to finish. Each guy's got more than 30 years of experience, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, and small enough just to call you back, man. They don't big time you. I want to talk to everybody out there that's already decided they've been injured, slip and fall, automobile accident, and you saw one of these ads or saw a billboard and go, that's the guy I want, man. I like that look. I like that tie. Oh, that commercial's wonderful. Then you find out when you go to you set up with case and go, you're going to handle my case for me. Thank you. And they go, oh, no. I just wanted to shake your hand and thank you, but you'll be going, I do handoff attorneys here. You go, what? What's a handoff attorney? Oh, well, that's what they say in sports. You hand off the running back. We hand off to other attorneys. I go, oh, that's great. That's just what I want. So that attorney, man or woman, sitting there with 5 or 6 cases working on them. You're calling to get an update because you're in pain, wondering what's going on. You don't get a call back. You just go, hey, you know what? I'm just not a priority. I'm not a priority to that big firm. I need Gary and Harvey because they'll come on over, watch the way you're treated, watch the results you get. You start feeling good. Go to their reviews at cohenandjudah.com, saying a lot of nice things about those guys for a reason. You're going to get the service you should get and the results you should get. Go to 866 Fair Fee. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
This update is brought to you by Darrell Hyundai, home of the price. See our lowest price. Visit us at Darrell Hyundai or DarrellHyundai.com. Starting with the Dolphins, who gave up a 17-0 lead on their way to a 27-24 loss in Carolina. The Dolphins are now 1-4 on the season. Next up, Miami hosts the Chargers on Sunday. Week 5 wraps up tonight with the Chiefs and Jaguars on Monday Night Football. Over to the Canes, who came in at 2 in the AP poll after Saturday's win over FSU. Miami is off this week. They'll host Louisville a week from Friday. The Heat will continue the preseason tonight at home against the Bucks. Tip-off is at 7:30 from the Kaseya Center. The game can be heard here on WQIM. And in baseball, the Blue Jays took a 2-0 series lead over the Yankees with a 13-7 win. And the Mariners beat the Tigers 3-2 to tie up their series at 1. The Joe Rose Show continues now. And it is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. Omar Kelly up with us this morning. Very busy yesterday. I actually ran into him a few times at the game before and at halftime. So you're up 17-0, and finally the Panthers go, you know what are we doing? Let's get back to doing what everybody else does. Let's start running between the tackles. Are we been a dumbass? What are we doing, man?
What are we doing?
Everybody runs against them. Hell, the Little League team's running against that. Anyway, well, you heard everything, and Mike going after it pretty good as well after the game. What do you do? I mean, it's bad. What do you do at this point? 1-4, a horrible loss, and 3 quarters of really bad football.
At this point, you have to realize that you don't have what you need at nose tackle and at defensive tackle in order to have a successful defense. I know everybody's going to say, "Oh, you got to play the rookies." Do you? You do
now.
No,
you know what?
No, you don't. You don't. They're allowing 5.6 yards per carry. And what's stunning is that they know that the play at the defensive line, has been tragically bad. Like when I say tragic, it's been horrendous.
Yeah.
And they've done nothing. This problem hasn't gotten better. It's gotten worse because when you put it on film, teams just continue to copycat one another until you figure out how to stop it. And they even demoted Kenneth Grant. And when he's on the field, teams are hitting him with 2 blockers because they can drive him down the field and create running lanes. And you just cannot anchor against the run right now.
So,
and you can't do anything until you can do that.
Omar, the one thing you can't do is bench your first-round pick. High first-round pick.
Why can't you bench your first-round pick?
He's got to keep playing.
Did you bench Noah Igbenogany? When he was out there playing and he cost the game when Russell Wilson. Yeah. Kenneth Grant is costing the team the game.
So what are you going to do about Savai Naya on the other side, too, who's about as bad as you can play right now? So what are you going to do there?
That you got no hope. He's got to continue to play, and you hope.
So what's the difference in one over the other?
One's giving you – Savai is not getting picked on. He's giving you 5 bad plays a game. That's not the case with Kenneth Grant and Jordan Phillips because it's not just Kenneth Grant.
No. It's by the way, it's a lot of those guys because it's a struggling group right now. There's no question about it. I mean, those numbers yesterday, we literally got that guy Rico Daddle he was like, man, what a great week for the starting running back to get injured. Damn right. Get all my numbers in one friggin' game.
He was 1,000-yard back last year, so people sleeping on. I don't know why Dallas gave up on him. I don't know what the situation is, why he's there.
He's good back
like that.
Yeah, no, he's a good back without the breakaway speed. He's good. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. The issue is also the offensive line. The problem is, Savai would be better if you were able to give him some protection. By not always giving the protection to the right side of the offensive line. But, the problem is with the defensive line, you don't have any other options. What are you going to do? Play Keon Smith out there or maybe Daniel Brunskill? I don't
No,
know.
it's thin. It's super thin. I get you. I'm not. Yeah, it's thin. The whole thing on both lines it's thin.
Yeah.
We can agree on that, but like 14 carries for 19 yards and 1.4 average. How much can Mike talk about the defense when they can't run it?
Yeah, no, that was bad as well. Fortunately for them, they could pass the ball. I think Tua had another efficient day. He's back to 100 rated quarterback, which blows my mind because I really don't think he's playing that well. But he's completing 70% of his passes. Back to having 100 passer rating, which, hey, okay. They were not good on third downs yesterday. That was, the final play, and I know you want to get into the punt, which I actually agreed with. Your 4th and 17 at the 15-yard line. What are you going to do? Like, you're not converting a 4th and 17, especially with the protection that you have.
No, it's bad. That's why they didn't do it. Yep.
They kicked the ball. They used their 3 timeouts. If Bryce Young didn't convert a 3rd and 5 on a penalty by Jack Jones, they would have got the ball back.
Yeah.
With 50 seconds left. So, it is, about roughly 50 seconds left. Who knows what would have happened then? Who knows if they could have blocked the punt? You never know.
I'm not second guessing that, by the way. That was a Woody thing. So, I didn't have 4th and 17, I think is what it was. And you're right. We're going to have no time to throw it. And at that point, offense. But the other one I want to get into is the throw. You did not think that was a good throw on that slant, a little slant to Waddle. It's over his head. Please. He got one hand on it. If not, if he didn't get a hand on it, thing's going to get picked most likely. That's got to be a lower throw.
That's got to be a lower throw. I haven't seen it from good angles, so I can't sit there and criticize that one. They missed passes. I mean, it's, I think I watched the rush. He had to step up or step back or something. It doesn't matter. Elite quarterbacks make those plays. But then the series before, he makes the touchdown pass to Jalen Waddle.
It made nice play, nice stutter and go, nice separation. It was. Yeah. It was beautiful.
All the defense has to do is get a stop, and you should win the game. But can't.
Didn't happen.
Stop a nosebleed.
No. Hey, I got to ask you, the comments after the game, Mike. Did you take it, Mike, going after Anthony Weaver pretty good on the schemes and stuff a little bit, not making adjustments, or did other people read into that differently?
No, I think it's. I don't think it's on Anthony Weaver. Anthony Weaver's trying a lot of things. Mike knows. Mike doesn't do anything on defense. Let's be real about it. So Weaver's trying things. What is Mike going to go? Mike going to go coach the defense for a week? Like
no.
What do you want? What do you want to do? Like, just sit there and listen and try to figure out. I mean, this is a personnel issue. This is not a scheme issue. This is a personnel issue.
By the way, I agree with the whole thing, because we thought it was thin, and now we're going. It's worse than thin. Yeah, no, it's. I agree with you, Omar, and we've been talking. Woody and I've been talking about that this morning. So what's going to happen? I got 9,000 messages last night, asking. So what's going to happen? We get it, and they say the same things after every game. All the same things are said. It's not acceptable.
Yeah.
But we're hanging together and all. So what?
Yeah.
What do we tell everybody? What do we tell? You're the bridge to the fans. So what do you tell them is going to happen? I want to hear this one as one of the more popular guys we have on the beat.
No, there's nothing going to happen right now. They're going to continue to dig themselves a deeper hole. What should happen is they should go and claim, sign, coach any kind of defensive lineman that can give them a pulse. This is a disaster, and it's not going to get any better until you actually get people who can anchor down. I mean, what is the other option? Are we going to go switch to a complete 4-3? Is that what you want to do?
Actually, it's funny you said that. It is funny you said that, because there are people. I remember we went through some 3-man problems, and we switched it, and some guys weren't comfortable with it. We went to a 4-man defensive line, and I wonder if that's something to go. By the way, do you really believe after Chris Greer drafted those guys and Mike signed off on it that they're just going to give up on all those young guys at this point after 5 games? Do you think that's going to happen? And I know they've been bad. I know how they're grading out. Do you think Chris Greer, who's already on the hottest seat in the world, and now we're going, and so Mr. Ross makes a private call to Mike and goes, "Hey, Mike, what's he doing?" He goes, "These guys that Chris Greer got me, they can't play." I mean, how's that going to go? I think we lost him. I was wondering why he got so quiet, man. That was Omar getting very quiet there for a second. Yeah, I am not giving up on him, man. They're not, and hey, man, if the confidence is shot, then I agree. I agree. If confidence is shot and everybody, your assistant, D-line coach, and Austin Clark goes, "Hey, man, he lost it. We got to work on getting it back." That wasn't the message I got before the game yesterday. And then Zeke Biggers, do you start? If it's going to be like this, we might as well play him if it's about the future. It's bad. Dead last, 174 yards a game, 5.6 average. It's bad right now. Nobody's questioning that's a problem. Like, right. And I'm not looking for other people to blame. And, I get it. That's number one. That's number one. Nobody would argue when you're 32 and a big number. And by the way, the one on the other side is we're just not good on the D and offensive lines right now. It's not good enough. Not good enough. Anyway.
You were saying, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, but
no, we were just talking about Chris Greer drafting those guys. You don't think he's gonna let Mike just give up on all those young guys, do you? On the D line, you
should be yes. Everybody should be fighting for their own personal survival at this point. Like, do you think Mike doesn't have 3 more games with this offensive line playing like this? Like, do you think I'm gonna let Kenneth Grant and Jordan Phillips take me down? Like, do you really think that, and a lot of people think that Anthony Weaver is going to be the interim head coach. The defense is the number one problem on this team. So why would I be elevating a defensive coordinator who's really the worst problem, biggest problem? His unit's the biggest problem on the team. I don't know how do you fix that.
I'm guessing if Anthony Weaver could be really honest about the situation, I'm guessing he's not overly excited about the group he has, right? I mean, I guess, and every coach thinks you can coach him up. Austin, coach him up.
Yeah.
Joe, coach him up. Hey, let's coach him up and get after it. And then you're going, now you're sitting here 5 games in and things are getting worse, not better. And that Carolina team ran the ball like they were the Eagles last year. Really.
But let me ask you a question, Joe. When you have a problem, just like when we had the offensive line problem, you saw that they claimed Cole Strange, right?
Yeah, and he's starting.
You have a defensive problem. What have you done to address it?
Nothing.
Unless
you make those drastic changes that we're talking about, which I don't think they're going to do, and that's put more big bodies on the defensive line. But I don't think
they got to. They have. I don't know why Zeke Biggers hasn't played at this point.
I'm with you at that. Hey, man, what we're getting, why not put old Zeke out there and let him grow? Let's see what he can do. I agree.
Like you're not going to do anything defensively until you start the run. And at this point, these rookies have had to have lost their confidence.
And I told you, if that's a deal, and Austin Clark says, which again, it's a bad look for those guys too. Like, damn, we're trying to coach them up. Now I see that guys kind of not, now they haven't had success, and they've been so good at Michigan and dominating. And God, we took them, and we're so excited. We got handpicked the guy we actually wanted. That was it, Kenneth Grant. And oh my God, Kenneth, it's just going to take you a while, if ever, man. And you start worrying about that stuff. I agree. By the way, the other problem is with this being able to run the ball when they do decide to throw it, you got guys open everywhere. Because you're so worried about the run, right?
Yeah.
You get frozen up, and guys are running corner routes, and
you're blitzing. And Anthony Weaver said something. He's like he had to justify why he's blitzing so much because that's not his way. generally. And he's like, I'm blitzing to stop the run. And I thought to myself, ooh, that's problem number one.
Yeah.
You're blitzing to stop the run?
Run blitzes, man, called run blitzes. Guys hitting gaps where you're getting where your linemen are getting blown up. Yeah.
Ooh, it's a recipe for disaster, Joe.
No, hey man, it's bad everywhere. You worried about this thing getting a little shaky? I know Mike right away said, "No, we're together." I checked the room out. It's like, "Hey, we're all good, Mike."
Mike is delusional at this point, unfortunately. I think we're at the severing point. I lost to the Chargers, and this thing is going to start unraveling real fast.
Omar, you actually, I think, people at the top listen to what you say. What do you think? What do you think happens if this continues? The losing, different ways, but same problems. What happens? Where does Stephen Ross, who I know I think he truly likes Mike, and I know he loves Chris. So what happens going forward? Keep everybody, or?
I mean, everybody is going to get whacked eventually. The problem is, if you whack somebody during the season, does it fix any of the issues or problems that you have?
Can it get any worse?
Yeah, it can get worse. It actually can get worse. It very well can get worse. Terrell Dodson just, suffered a head injury. Head injuries are never good one way or the other. I don't think he's just going to magically pop up as a linebacker and play next week. So we'll get to see probably Willie Gay step up. I know KJ Britt played last week, and he's probably better against the run, but Willie Gay is going to get opportunity, and maybe KJ gets opportunity. But you asked if it could get worse. Joe, it can get worse. I promise you it can get worse.
Do they try to run the ball against the Chargers? Do we try it?
See, that's the thing. I don't know if teams just said, hey, no more Tyreek Hill. We ain't got to worry about that. Let's just contain Devon Achane. Let's just stop the run. And I noticed early in the game they were using Devon in a lot of those Tyreek Hill packages.
Yep.
Ollie wasn't giving them anything from the run game standpoint. I don't know if this was scheme. I haven't looked at the film yet. I don't know if this was just a different approach, scheme related. Carolina said they didn't do anything extra or different. But yeah, the recipe against Miami, take away the run, make them one-dimensional, and they should be easy to beat.
I got so many things to talk about real quickly. How do you explain Darren Waller not catching the ball in the second half after the first half he had, including two right down the middle? You're going to tell me what took it away again? I want to hear this one because too deep, Joe, again. Yeah.
Honestly, Joe, I think he just ran out of plays. Darren Waller, what has he got? 25, 26 plays in his arsenal right now? Do you think he has a whole playbook?
Well, whatever it is, he's seen in his life, all the routes, he's run them all. There's got to be a way, as clearly becoming your second best receiver to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt.
That he gets shut out. And what kind of adjustment could they have made to shut out somebody that good?
I'm surprised he's that good. That's one of the bright spots of this season.
Yeah.
However, I will remind you that he's practiced for all of 2 weeks on a limited basis.
No, I got you. If it's limited snap count, I get that. Hey, real quickly too.
I think Mike ran out of plays for Darren Waller. Okay. I really think they utilized us about as much as they got.
Okay, and then Jalen Wright not active for that game. What's going on there? It wasn't too many months ago that they were pumped about him during minicamp. What happened?
He suffered a knee injury. I don't think he's all the way back. Okay. And to be honest with you, Ollie Gordon is better at this point. Now, why would you go into a game with only two running backs? Maybe that's a special teams issue.
Oh, either that or they just knew they're going to throw the hell out of it and not run much, because that's what they did. Hey, thank you, Omar. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right, guys.
All right. Omar Kelly joining us this morning. Hey, I want to talk about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Man, I got to tell you, fixed rates in the 5s. You need a mortgage quickly, consolidate some bills and get some things paid off, get some equity out of your home. Boy, I'll tell you what, Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage and his 30 years of experience right here in South Florida can get it done. He's going to get you fixed rates, like I said, in the 5s. first-time home buyer rates. He's got great programs to get you qualified and get you in the game. Self-employed, been declined by the banks. He's got you. And then I want to say for seniors out there, 62 or older, he's got a great program to convert your home equity into money. I can just tell you, man, if you've been turned down or you need to get pre-approved quickly to get back in the game, he does it all. He really does. He's helped so many people. And if you're just looking to speed up the process from the banks, Michael Kochi at Choice Mortgage can do it for you. I want to give you his phone number. He works 7 days a week. That's not a problem. The man has no life. He's always working. Call or text him 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730. 30-plus years of experience. MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change. Daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
can't point anywhere but directly at preparation and how we execute stuff, which ultimately, like I look at on me, I thought, we had a good plan, thought we got some stuff fixed. We've known the issues we've had, and we thought that we're prepared for this, and clearly we weren't. Like I think we were outgained 200 yards in the run game collectively from the two sides of the ball. That is not good enough. You'll rarely win, if ever. We had a shot because we were +2, but bottom line is that on top of you have critical mistakes at critical points in the game, whether they're penalties or the critical situation MAs where we're giving up. I think that there's a 4th down and the last touchdown. So bottom line is that is not good enough. We are a much better team than letting a 17-0 lead eviscerate. So we will be extremely focused on getting that stuff corrected immediately because we have no time to waste.
Mike McDaniel.
Can you just summarize what he just said?
So
those are his opening comments.
So you're saying we weren't prepared, obviously. Well, that's and we're going to pick it up. Like, don't we pick it up every week? Well, you have to pick it up like 4 losses. Now you're going to pick it up and talking about all these things like, well, we obviously weren't ready or what? Well, it's all bad. Bad look for the head coach. Bad look for the coaching staff, bad for the players, like everybody. Because I know what I'd say. All the old guys go, what are you guys doing all week? What are you guys doing all week? No, those coaches, they got 25 or 26 of them working on technique and got more coaches now than the history of the game. Same problems pop up. Same things. Yeah, we weren't ready. Boy, that's not good. I don't know. That's almost related to the guys are always late. No, well, that's on you. You're the head coach. Guys are late. That's on you. Nobody else. I just.
People are looking for someone to blame here this morning. And it's tough, right? Because there's obviously a complete lack of talent on this team. Right? It's a very, very flawed roster.
Yes.
All over the place. Yes. And we haven't even mentioned the quarterback today. I have this guy that tweets to me that tells me how great Tua is, and it's everything that's around him that's a mess.
Yeah, that's stupid.
You know what, man? And he's trying to compare. We were talking about Baker Mayfield earlier. We were talking about Drake May earlier. Tua is the kind of guy that, like, when you need the 3 yards, right, when it was 3rd and whatever it was, and he's running, he's the guy that slides 3 yards short of the sticks.
Yeah, he can.
Baker Mayfield is the guy that will run you down, or at least he'll try. And again, Baker Mayfield's not the most talented guy in the world, but the guy plays his ass off.
What do you have to sell?
I'm just so sick of this. Like, you have a guy that, like, he has to slide 3 yards short of the sticks because that's, he knows what happens if he doesn't.
If everybody thinks that Tua, who now has 10 touchdowns and 4 picks, and you're going, look at that. Tua's numbers looking good. And then you watch some other guys that keep plays alive because they break out when the pocket breaks down. Everybody's pocket breaks down. They take off and run. I was watching Josh Allen before I fell asleep last night. I know it's a terrible example, but.
Well, you can use Drake May as the example.
Drake May did some of the same thing. Look at Tua wasn't about yesterday for the most part. No, listen. You give up 239 yards rushing. Woody, these are
you're probably going to lose.
These are one thing Mike did say, if you run for 14 yards or whatever it is, and the other team runs for damn near 250 yards, those aren't NFL numbers. Those don't happen. And, the numbers that don't lie, I always tell everybody this. There's a few numbers you can look at. And by the way, the Dolphins didn't even turn it over yesterday. It was Carolina. Carolina turned the ball over twice yesterday. You actually didn't even turn it over. You were clean. No interceptions, no fumbles. It was a clean game. And the play on the line of scrimmage is so bad, it neutralizes a good Waddle game, a good game from Darren Waller, at least a good half, and whatever Tua did. But to just get in and the whole thing about trying to give Tua a complete hall pass on this start of this season, stop it, please.
Everyone's going to hear what they want, right? Like 561 just said, blaming Tua for that game, not serious analysis. And it's like, no one's blaming him. This is the first time he's come up this morning. We haven't even said anything about the guy.
No, listen,
there were other major problems in that game.
You can't run for 14 or 15 yards in a game or whatever it was. I know it was under 20, and you can't give up. Mike's right about that. They averaged 7.5 yards a carry yesterday. Woody, basically every time they run the ball, you're in 2nd and 2. And every 2 carries, they're on a first down. They had runs of 25, 11, 53, 43, 40. I got tired. I was sitting there bored last night. I said, let me look at some of these runs. It seemed like every time they're turning around, they had a big run. Yeah, those were the problems. You're right. Those were the problems. But
it's pretty remarkable. First of all, to go up 17-0 to that team and still lose.
Knowing how bad
right?
And by the way, where was
they're pathetic.
They just got hammered in the last game by the Patriots.
Yeah, they're pathetic. And to allow that to happen,
it's
just an organizational
failure. But anyway,
man.
But if it takes, everybody got to be mad that everybody's blaming the right people, and we happen to blame somebody you really like, or an area that you really like, or a coach or somebody else you really like, and that's fine.
How about like everything stinks when you give up a 17-0 lead to Carolina and you're 1-4 on the season? The whole thing is a mess. No one like. Who on this team would you want back?
Well, I got to tell you.
I mean, I know like you can't get rid of everyone, but there's not one player on this team that like
everything on your team starts and is connected to your defensive and offensive lines. They just are.
Yeah, and they got shredded yesterday.
If that doesn't work, then you probably have problems in other areas. Like, for example, if you're able to run the ball the way they were, there's a chance Bryce Young completed some passes down the field. Didn't hit any takeoffs, but he does play action. And now all of a sudden everybody's coming up to help try to make a friggin' tackle off a good play action fake. And you got guys wide open to see on those little corner routes they are running where the linebackers underneath were trying to get back and they couldn't. The safety didn't come over in time. And there's got a little dead area in there and they're completing passes. But there's plenty of blame to go around. And I'm not just talking players. Right from the top. The proud father, Chris Greer, at the top there. That's your baby, man. This is your baby. They gave it to you. Chris Greer, it's all yours. What are you going to do with it? Anyway, we got it.
Somebody wants to know what you ate in Charlotte. You have any good food?
Oh,
it's a good food city.
Yeah, we went to a steak restaurant.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it. Man, it was good. It was good. Now I'm not one to rank. I'm getting tired of that. I was going to hit you with this week.
Mm-hmm.
I told
you're going to rank the steakhouse.
No, I don't care because
Mount Rushmore of steakhouses.
There's good. Everybody's got good steak restaurants, and we have a bunch down here. But I had somebody trying to tell me that, oh man, by far the best steak restaurant in South Florida, and I went,
really?
And I'd been drinking. I called the guy out, and I go, that's BS. And what I go, I don't care who you are or how many times you go out, you can't say that's clearly the best. And he took a shot at two other ones that I like. And I go, no, they don't take a back seat. Well, have you been there? No, I haven't been to their place, but.
Well, I've never been to a steakhouse. I certainly haven't been to all of them, but I've never been to a steakhouse and left and said, boy, that was not good.
Very seldom.
Never. I've never been to a steakhouse and like this was just not good.
I mean, I have had like a filet and going, wait a sec, this is not as
just not cooked properly. Like
no, it's just not. You can't cut it like just kind of slice through it real easily, and you're going, "Ooh, this
Really?
is a little cheaper steak. This is the one I grew up with right here."
Salisbury?
No, not that, but I did grow up with those. All right, we got to go to break here, Woody. We got more stuff. I don't want to get into all
Let's
this
rank
steak.
steakhouses, bro. It'll take
No.
away from this
No, I don't want to do that today.
bloodbath.
I got to get my own
Figure out
therapy.
who to blame.
Yeah, the whole blame thing. I always love it though. People waiting. Are you telling me people waiting their Tua fans like
There is this guy that
leave
tweets
him
to
alone?
me. There is this guy that tweets to me that thinks Tua is just the greatest, and he will be fine if we put an offensive line around him. And then he's like, "Oh, you look at what they're doing with Mayfield. Look what they're doing with Drake May." And it's like, well, yeah, but you don't hold your breath every time those guys get tackled.
Let me tell you, Baker Mayfield runs for his life, and he usually makes a positive play out of it when he does.
Yeah, Tua runs backwards and throws the ball out of bounds. Yeah, whatever.
You're wasting your time.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, and
But it was good steak though. You didn't
Yeah.
do some of that. You did You didn't do barbecue.
I did do barbecue yesterday. You couldn't help it. They had it for media food.
Really? What kind? Pulled pork?
Unbelievable.
Right, because Carolina's a pork.
Brisket.
Oh, they had brisket?
Oh, so good. So good.
By the way, Burns in Tampa. I second this with the
That's a good one.
561 here.
But I will tell you, some of the big name places have been around a long time. Might be a little overrated. There's one in Indianapolis. Not what it used to be. Still good.
Can we rank him tomorrow?
No, we can't rank them. I don't want to get into that. I don't.
Speaking of rankings, I get to finally. I'll rank Bo's place when you take me there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know I owe you. You brought it up twice today. Can you bring it up tomorrow when I'm
17-0? I wasn't feeling good about getting to go to Bo's place, but then I remembered it's the Dolphins,
Hey, man, I got to talk to you about Dr. Barry and his staff. Do the great work at Recovery Unplugged. And, man, I got to tell you, we got think we've all had friends and maybe gone through it ourselves where you get off the road a little bit, you get in a little bit of a funk. Could be a mental health funk. It's caused by a lot of different things, stress in marriage and job problems and everything, and just not being happy and trying to figure out what's going on, and you drink a little bit too much. I've been there, and I just want to let you know, man, they want to get you back. They want to get you back. And there's one thing about your mental health they know about, and that's Recovery Unplugged, and their behavioral health has a beautiful mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale. For 12 years, they've helped over 20,000 people heal with their expert clinical team and innovative treatments like the ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. If you or someone you love needs a winning strategy, needs a little help, whether it's you or somebody that's listening right now could use it, hey, man, don't be embarrassed. Pick up the phone. They can make a big difference and get you back on the road again of success and feeling better. 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. Everyone deserves a great season in life. Recovery Unplugged. Heal out loud. of people going back and forth.
What is with our fan base sometimes, man? Like,
felt well, we had
how was that your takeaway from that game? Like, first of all, who cares what the announcers like who cares about this stuff anymore?
Well, you have to tell everybody. So
all right,
set 'em up.
so this guy called out Mark Schlereth, who called the game yesterday with I don't even know the guy. The guy who kept screaming after every play.
No, good guys, really good guys.
Anyway,
us,
all
yes.
right. Anyway,
Yeah.
he goes, "Is the announcer a Panthers fan? Why is he actively cheering? Aren't they supposed to be unbiased?" And Mark Schlereth wrote back and said, "Grow up. It's not my fault. Your team was up 17-0 and took a giant dump in their helmets," which is kind of a funny response. And it's like, these guys, obviously they don't care. They want a fun game.
Schlereth, if he cared about anybody, be the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
You could get mad at him. He was a great player for the Broncos. Like,
You
he
just want a
doesn't
good
care.
game. You're calling a game like
That's
that,
all-
you don't care. Like,
that's all
yes,
he
it's
wants.
exciting that the team came back and
Yes.
won, and that people maybe kept, stayed around and watched the game for a little longer.
So one of our fans said, "Hey, man, it was obvious."
Yeah. By the way, man, like, if you're watching that game and that's one of your takeaways, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Who cares?
So you're blaming the announcers. You can't stop the run. You can't run the ball. You're going to blame
Who
them for all that
cares?
stuff. That's incredible.
And you know what, man? I'm guessing
That
the
game
Dolphins,
had
if people have time on these national shows, I don't even think anyone cares anymore. But
Oh,
if
no,
they
we're
did have
gonna-
time, they're
by
going to
the
get
way,
ripped.
We're going to start to get to that point where you're not even going to see us on these
No.
NFL shows because they're going to go, you're not even relevant anymore at
Mm-hmm.
all. There's nothing relevant about your team. Or now that Tyreek, we can't even talk about Tyreek getting traded and all that stuff. So anybody that's a Dolphins fan that's decided you're looking for me or a writer you don't like or somebody else to blame for any part of that shitty game, find something. No, let that go.
Hey, man, Mark Schlereth's a good target. Like,
I
yeah,
just
perfect.
like the announcers don't care. They truly
Of course they don't care.
don't care. He doesn't care. We're just
Watch the game on mute if you're that bothered by it.
it was just you had a chance to put that game away early. You let them hang around, only down a score at the half. You did it. Defense didn't get stops. Offense didn't do enough after the first 17 points, and you lost. You basically scored 7 points in 3 quarters. There's plenty of blame to go around. Has nothing to do with anybody on the outside. Nothing. Not their voice or tone of their voice. There's plenty of blame to go around. I know some of the veterans are trying to defend some of the rookies. Listen, man, they're playing. They're getting paid. One of them's a first-round pick. There's nobody can give a first-round pick. We actually, for the way he's played, everybody's been really nice to Kenneth Grant. Everybody's been nice, and everybody's been patient. But, put you in there to play, and you gotta start making some plays, man.
Texan makes a good point. Watching a backup running back go for over 200 yards is exciting. Yeah, sure.
Thank God he
It's a
didn't
great
have
story.
Thank God he didn't have breakaway speed. He'd have 300 yards in that game. Anyway,
Someone said, "Yep, I turned it down. I thought it was a Carolina feed, and it was not." You gotta people that watch more games. Like, that's just how it is, man. If a team's down big, the guys are gonna get excited when they come back. That's just how it is. They just want a good game. That's all they want. I promise. Well, don't take my word for it. You spoke to him for a while, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
right? You talked to these guys.
So
Mark.
I don't mind telling you what Mark and I talked to him for a while yesterday because I've known him a long time, and he said, man, young guys playing. He was on the young guys not ready to play. It's a different deal, man. It's a different deal. Maybe once or twice a year, you play against guys really, really good. And most of the time, if you really break it down, you're playing against guys that never get past college, right? And you look at the percentage of guys that make it to the pros. A lot of guys you're facing, they're big guys, don't get me wrong, but they're just college players. They're good or average college players. And the Kenneth Grants of the world and the Jordan Phillips of the world are dominating those guys. And now you get to the pros. And you're going, holy smokes, I'm playing against guys as good or better with a lot of experience, and you don't have a lot of success. And he goes, they're playing a lot of young guys, Joe. That's how the conversation went down. He just talked about his own experience playing against young guys.
And he didn't end the conversation by saying, I'm got a lot of money on the Panthers. I'm be rooting for them hard.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he lives there. I know where he lives. He lives in Denver.
I know, but I was just
I think he does joking, a lot of. He did a lot of local radio in Denver.
Yes. I think he still does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Does a lot.
I was kind of joking.
Anyway, yeah, we've got 9 o'clock hour coming up here, another hour.
Who do you think they'll be rooting for tonight? Who's it? Joe Buck and Aikman, right? Is that who has? I don't even know who has what network anymore.
Now I get confused.
Is it Joe Buck's on ESPN? I think. Who do you think he'll be rooting for tonight? Probably Jacksonville to pull the upset, right? Or
no, I'm sure
do they root for Kansas City because Kansas City's better for their business if they're good, right? So they'll probably be rooting for Kansas City. If I
think
guess,
every
actually.
guy always says, "Just give me a good game. Just give us a good game. Just give us a good game."
You think those guys, by the way, are going into that game like? How excited can you be? You get the two of the worst teams in football.
I think they thought
it's a bad assignment,
but I think they thought two bad teams play. It's going to be a good game. With two bad teams, they're going to make all the same kind of mistakes in the game.
So it's the next segment. We can 1, rate steakhouses, 2, mock draft, and 3, hot GM candidates.
That's good. That was good. I'm going to leave the I don't get into the steak thing. I always love, though, when somebody goes, by far the best steak restaurant in South Florida. I guarantee you, if you ever did that, because I do go to, like, steak restaurants.
Yeah, I know.
Late in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, no, that's not true. And then they dogged 2 of my favorites, and that was like.
Which ones? You don't want to say. I don't say. We've already caused enough trouble this morning.
I want to go to break because they're both really good. Anyway, I do want to talk about the main man, Anthony Caliendo, at the Business Broker Experts, man. The best business broker in the state. This guy is good, man. If you are tired of the stress, if you're tired of the headaches, if you're just tired of being tired, and you've got this company and this business, and it's just, you're like, everything's driving you nuts right now. Hey, I got a guy for you to take care of you. 1-800, the main man. Speak to Anthony Caliendo. He can flip your biz and cash you out in a big, big way, man. Hey, from start to finish, setting up everything for you. He's got, by the way, it's so funny talking to Anthony last week. He was saying, Joe, I got a lot of people. I got a lot more people looking for businesses, and I'm looking for more people ready to sell their business because there's a good chance I've got somebody ready to buy their business right now, and I want to get going on it. This is what he does, man. He said, Joe, Florida's booming. People are relocating to Florida in the thousands, and they're buying businesses just like yours. So if you're ready, there's a good chance he's got a buyer working with businesses, all sizes, big and small. He's been doing it for a long time. Help you with the whole strong transition. He does it all for you, man. Finds the perfect combination to really put it together for you, get you down there, sets everything up for you, does it all. I got to tell you, he's got a lot of testimonials, too, for the work that he's done for sellers and buyers with a 5-star Google rating across the board. I'm just telling you right now, you worked hard at your business. You want to get a lot of money out of it. You deserve it. You deserve to get every dollar. And Anthony Caliendo will do it for you. The main man, just go to the main man, check him out. He is really good at what he does, and he's going to make sure you have a great experience. Nobody will take care of you like the main man, Anthony Caliendo.
Sports.
This update is brought to you by Darrell Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Darrell Hyundai or at DarrellHyundai.com. Starting with the Dolphins, who gave up a 17-0 lead on their way to a 27-24 loss in Carolina. The Dolphins are now 1-4 on the season. Next up, Miami will host the Chargers on Sunday. Week 5 wraps up tonight with the Chiefs and Jaguars on Monday Night Football. Over to the Canes, who came in at 2 in the AP poll after Saturday's win over FSU. Miami is off this week. They'll host Louisville a week from Friday. The Heat will continue the preseason tonight at home against the Bucks. Tip-off is at 7:30 from the Kaseya Center. The game can be heard here on WQAM. And in baseball, the Blue Jays took a 2-0 series lead over the Yankees with a 13-7 win. And the Mariners beat the Tigers 3-2 to tie their series at 1. Joe, blame game Monday. We'll go back to you, all right?
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what, man, when you're not happy, just blame whoever you want. And
Mark Schlereth taking some of the blame.
I got news for you, man. Whatever. Look at it. You really want to get into it. If you're truly a fan, a knowledgeable fan, you got to really, and most of our fans are, to know, and this goes for all our favorite, all your favorite teams. You know what the problem is, or you know why your team's so good, or somewhere in between. But you know the good rookies, you know the bad rookies. You know the veterans that are playing well, and the ones that are struggling. You probably, in a lot of cases, don't need to be told. You might be reinforced, but you don't need to be told by any of us of what it is. It just, there's something with Tua, though, that everybody, like, if you're a really, like, Tua's your guy and you're all in on it, that you have trouble sometimes when he's not playing well of admitting it and still trying to blame everything around him. That'd be the only one. You get the problem stopping the run. I mean, that is just blatantly hitting you in the face. It's just blatantly hitting you in the face. The Jordan Phillips and the Kenneth Grant, and honestly, the other guys, it's, the only one gets a hall pass, Zeke Biggers. He's not active. He hasn't been active on this list of guys. But if you're wondering what the Chargers game plan is going to be this week, I can tell you. Run it between the tackles.
Oh, I thought we let Herbert just air it out.
No, run it between the tackles.
Oh, okay.
We'll mix in the play action, but
great.
Run it between the tackles if you can. Yeah.
Maybe they can bring up their practice squad back.
The what?
Just bring up whoever's on their practice squad. Just let him take all the carries.
Boy, they had a bunch.
Keep your other guys healthy. You don't need them.
Backup running back. He must have been like, when he found out the starting guy wasn't playing, he must have been, man, this is great.
The Tua stuff's bizarre, though. It really is, man. Like, clearly he needs a change of scenery. If that, but
you talking about Tua?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure how many
people
teams
think. Like,
I'm not sure how many teams
I don't think any of them would want him. But
Tua.
Like, the problem becomes, like, if you're going to take him as a backup, which is all that he would be, right? He's so injury prone. So why would you want a guy like that as your backup?
We owe him so much money right now. It's like,
well, he's not coming back.
He's probably going to be back.
Don't do this to us. He's
probably going to be back.
I don't think you're going to find another coach and GM combination who are going to be like, okay, we're going to roll with this guy.
Okay, but
that's the problem.
I'm just telling you, you don't want to hear this because you're just being stubborn. Financially, we owe him a lot of money, and somebody may have to suck it up.
So how do you find a serious coach and GM?
You may explain to him, look, we know this is not our future guy down the road. He's not. You can't go through worrying about a guy's constantly worried about.
But we're just going to keep stinking because we owe him money.
Woody, it's not you make it sound like it's just a few bucks.
Well, it's also not my money, so I don't really care.
Well, I know you don't. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of time for that because we've got other problems with it. We really do. This problem of what you're giving up on the ground game. You're dead last in run defense, 174 yards a game, a 5.6 average. You give up low fours, and you're going, we got to do a little better, guys. 4.2, 4.3, 5.6. Every 10 yards a first down, just to give you an idea. And these guys yesterday, they were trying to throw the ball early. I don't know what the hell their game was. And they're even going empty backfield. And they're down 17-0. And somebody goes, hey, start running the friggin' ball. Did you see what everybody else did to them? It is a copycat league. They started running the ball. They not only started running the ball, they ran it in 3 quarters. After it was 17-0, they ran it and ran it and ran it and just crushed you. Crushed you. They ran for most of their 230-something yards, and they didn't do much in the first quarter because they were trying to throw the ball. Got stuffed a few times. But then they go, all right, we realize what everybody else doing to these guys. We got to do the same thing. And they did. And you have somebody run the ball 200 times, 200 plus yards in 3 quarters. That's not good. You're losing, man. And by the way, the other thing is, you know, you're up 17-0. You go, oh, what'd you do? Did you get sloppy with the ball? No, actually, you didn't. You didn't turn it over at all. Hell, Panthers turned it over. So anyway, saying all that, you can hold a lead against truly one of the worst teams in football, the Panthers.
Real quick, before we head off to a break here, Joe, this guy says the Mets owed Bobby Bonilla, and they got rid of him. Bye, Tua. And I got to tell you, I thought he was that copycat league thing that you always go with when the guy threw the ball out the back of the end zone as he was running in, because we had back-to-back weeks of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby Bonilla, who gets
he still gets no, I think it just ended. Didn't it just end?
Might have just ended. It's been a long run, though. Getting one of those contracts, having $1 million. That's pretty smart on his point. Well, I can't spend if I don't have it, but I know it's coming in every year. I think I can live on, what was it, a little over $1 million a year? Something crazy.
Speaking of that, by the way, who's ever paying for all these planes and stuff, why don't you start, piling up money for whatever buyout we're going to have to give this guy?
So can I tell you something?
Well, pitch in.
I've always believed that those flyovers have an impact.
Really?
Yeah. Dead serious. You know why? Think about it. How many people, when I go to the games, I got people tailgating that send me and go, did you see what's out there today? And they make it sound like it's coming from a lot of people. And you think and you see it.
Yeah, but if watching that game yesterday didn't have an impact on ownership, well, you think a plane's going to push him over the edge?
More planes.
You think he saw that game yesterday and he's going to come back home on Sunday and he's going to look up? Oh, my God, boy, the fans must be really upset. Maybe I should do something.
You know what I would just say to Mr. Ross?
Come on, man.
Somebody told me how upset Mr. Ross is. I go, so now Mr. Ross knows how his fan base feels. Seriously. Like Mr. Ross upset, Tom Garfinkel's upset. Now they know how the fan base, they're upset. Now they know. I know former players. Phone blowing up. I think we're having we're getting all the former players together just to have a bitch session.
I'd like to hear from some of these guys if we could.
And the president, we got to get him, Larry Zonka.
Ooh.
Speaking of rough, tough, and appreciated great line of scrimmage play. All right, we got to go to break, Woody. We will come right back. Stay with us.
Sports.
All right, welcome back. And it's crazy.
What's crazy?
If it wasn't for the fact that you you're a fan of the Dolphins, or you're doing the games for the Dolphins, and you can just sit back and watch the craziness of the NFL and the great comebacks and the college football stuff was so good on Saturday. Of course, with their win against Florida State, but like UCLA beating Penn State and Florida looking like Florida and beating Texas. They always do this, by the way. It's about time they start playing better in the
Texas, that game was funny. So Texas, I think, was favored by 4.5 points. I think the line went down to 4.5. They had like 90%. They were the most bet team in college football on Saturday.
Were they really?
Yeah. I told you Friday I thought the Gators were going to win outright.
So everybody
just had that feeling. I also think that quarterback is just, man, is he rough. Arch, poor kid.
So
I do feel bad for him.
My guys think someday he's going to be good, but he's just not.
Today is not that day.
No, he's not there yet. No. I think everybody now knows that.
That take was so bad by Feinbaum. He's running for office. He gave up.
He didn't. He said he was thinking about it, but he's not sure.
Oh, he didn't give up officially?
No, I'm guessing he's making a lot of money. He's not going to give up.
Well, if you want to say wild things, politics probably a better place, but
than what he's doing.
Yeah. You say anything that sticks, but
well, I got to tell you, he didn't do that kid any favor. Oh, by the way, he's moved on to 200 other takes since then. But yeah, man,
was that on SEC Network or something?
I got to tell you, man,
where it just means more.
Well, he started with the SEC. I think he does his show as heavy SEC, or was.
Just means more, right?
But I will say this, man, that just if you weren't on the wrong side of up 17-0 and just looking like you're going to cruise through.
I was going to say, you saw one of the great comebacks yesterday.
Yeah, wrong team.
Yeah.
Boy, as soon as that game was one score at the half, you're like, oh, boy, how did that just happen? And then you go, wait a sec. Of course this happens. This is what happens to this team. This is what they do. So anyway, we'll see. Can't wait to see what everybody's going to say this week. It'll be another fun week of who's talking today and what do they have to say that we haven't heard. You know how, like, all the time you have people and they keep always tell you the same thing in the same situation. You just roll your eyes like, oh, my God, really? You saying this again? I swear I'll never do it again. You've been doing it. You haven't stopped. It's not changing. I don't know, man, but that run defense thing, it is when you are 32nd in one of the main stats that the NFL puts out and ESPN, everybody puts out every week, dead last in run defense. That's a tough one. And by the way, the running offense is in the 30s too. It's 30th. It's no bargain either. 32 on one side and 30 on the other. Hello, everybody. We're the Miami Dolphins. And we talk to you every year about fixing the line of scrimmage. And guess what? Every year we don't fix the line of scrimmage.
Dolphins are 5.5-point underdogs.
At home.
How could that line be 5.5?
What'd you think it would be?
I don't know, 17.5. That's what it should be, but
I don't know. You could say whatever it should be, but those guys in Vegas are pretty good. They're pretty good. Pretty good at these.
They were just off yesterday, though. I think they had, they have +1. I think the Dolphins closed that, or -1. It was like a pick'em game. Yeah. Just missed.
All right. Well, listen, we've got Mario Cristobal. We're going to get to some good stuff. Mario Cristobal, now number 2 in the country with the polls yesterday coming out. Got a nice win. First win on the road. Wanted to get that one out of the way. Got some time off before next Friday against Louisville at home. But Canes feeling pretty darn good about themselves as the state champs now. And what that means, we'll have all that stuff for you with Mario Cristobal next.
The Joe Rose Show is presented